Larkin, and it's going to be another bounce this time from umpire Rowan Soares. No one making any headway at all. Essendon strengthened by the return of 3 of their stars. Madden got that one, but not out too far. Knock on by Merritt. Chance for North Melbourne to pick the ball up through the agency of Holt. His kick back around towards the centre wing position. Mark taken by Rains. Long kick. And a good mark and free kick as well, possibly to Fairley. Fairley's from the right half back. And the lines this time you'll see drawn on the ground in the correct semicircle, indicating 50 metres from each goal. High ball from Donnell will just about be out on the full. 2 North Melbourne players spoil each other. Could have almost been out on the full there. Madden gets short-fronted. Doesn't like the attention meted out. The umpire pays the advantage rule. And Essendon swing into attack. Back towards centre field. Harvey overruns the ball. High tackle will go against Glenn Hawker. Could have been a 15-metre penalty, but the umpire didn't see it.
Well, there's Cracker and Hurd at it. They've been at it since the start. Hurd's on top of Jimmy Cracker. Oh, then goes
Centre circle.
Centre circle. They're really having a go, but since the start of the game, before the ball was even bounced, there we see Phil Cracker going after Hurd too. And Mark Thompson, then in comes Hickey. They're all having a bit of a diss. This is going to be a real rough game, and Cracker going back there to have a go at Thompson.
Well, Holt got the ball to Siegler in the meantime, and Siegler's in the forward pocket, or half-forward flank.
Well, since the start of the bounce, or before the start of the bounce, Pete, we had Hurd tagging Jimmy Cracker, niggling.
First score of the match at the 2-minute mark. Knocked through by Clark. It was one behind, rushed. And so North Melbourne gets first score on the board, as I said, at the 2-minute mark, but it could be rather a vengeful night. Lewis?
Certainly will be, Pete. There's a chance now. Telshaw going for a hand pass, nearly got one out to Duckworth. He'll be in the thick of things before we go much further, I should imagine.
Oh, downfield.
Downfield it'll be against Hickey, I think, should imagine. Umpire talking to him, had to go at Duckworth. Already Cracker and Hurd have been at it. That's Jimmy Cracker. McCann at the back, got under. There's a chance now for Rezard. Picks it up, has a snapshot at goal, but he's off target, and it's through for 1 point. So just over the 2-minute mark of this first quarter. It'll be a torrid game tonight. 1 point each. Well, it was a pretty lively opening, Pete.
Well, you made mention of the fact before the siren that even sounded, Lou, that Hurd and Cracker were at it.
Out it goes now to Ackley, and Ackley takes a safe mark at half back. A hand pass coming over. There's a chance now for the ball to be driven up there by North Melbourne's Fairley out wide. Danaher going after. He's playing at centre half back, I think. Short pass to Duckworth. A hurried kick back to the centre of the ground. Ackley goes up to centre half forward. At the back that time, the ball, a hand pass comes out to Ackley again. A hurried kick out towards the wing position. Scooped in by Mark Thompson, but fumble. In goes Merritt, and down goes Merritt. And the umpire said he got it too high. That was the North Melbourne player. And it'll go out there now to Fairley. Short kick, odd. We see German cop one that time from Clark. A hand pass coming over now. Umpire said it'll be a free kick against North Melbourne.
That was very silly.
Baker was grabbed, but he didn't have the ball. It wasn't within a cooey distance of him. And the free kick goes to Baker out there on the wing position. Short pass, a good one. Hand pass coming over now from Richardson. Richardson gets the ball back now. It's Hawker taking that one from Clark. So it's Hawker down there in the pocket. A short pass to Sam, and he's got it. And he's got a big chance now, getting away from McCann that time. A big chance to put the first goal on the board.
In fact, he was well clear of Steve McCann.
Well, he got away from him pretty quickly, but that was a beautiful pass coming from Hawker. He'd only be about 25 metres out from goal, if that. Possibly 20 metres. Just about dead in front. The kick on its way. And that's the first goal of the night, coming at the 4.5-minute mark, and we see Essendon 1 goal, 1-7 to North Melbourne, 1 point only.
Good pass, excellent lead. Salmon brings up first goal of the night, getting away from Steve McCann on that occasion. You can see Steve McCann at least 5 metres behind Paul Salmon there, and Salmon taking the grab, as Lou said, pretty well directly in front of goal, and had no trouble in putting it through for the first major of the night. 5 minutes gone, first quarter. Essendon lead by 6 points. 1-1 players, 1 behind, and that was rushed through for North Melbourne. Knocked down by Madden. Harvey went through, got tripped up, holding the ball. Free kick going to Hickey at centre field. Hickey with the socks down. Long ball straight down the ground. Duckworth punches the ball well clear. Danaher, good tackle at the Cracker. Phil Cracker into the goal square, could bounce through for a goal. Very close to it. Foles nearly cuts it out of bounds. Donnell, he's got it out of bounds this time, Donnell, but it's on the full. And so it will be a free kick to go North Melbourne's way, to be taken by Holt.
Pretty fast game, Pete, early, isn't it?
Holt a good 70 metres from goal. Madden, big fist, sees the ball safely over the boundary line, and the throw-in will take place about 5 metres from the behind post. 6 minutes gone, first quarter. Madden and Siegler. Neither gets a decisive tap away at that. Donnell. Hurd, out of bounds again. A little bit further away from the scoring area, but not too much. And Hurd so far sticking like glue to Cracker. Madden and Siegler, won by Siegler on that occasion. Dwyer gets shirt-fronted. Picked up by Donnell again. Long kick this time up towards the centre wing area. Lyle in front takes the mark. Could have almost got a 15-metre penalty against Merritt. Oh, shocking kick. Right. Baker. Danaher. High to centre wing. Two North Melbourne players are there. Spoiled each other. Chance for Hawker and Harvey. And the umpire has decided it's going to be a bounce on the centre wing position. 1 goal scored so far. That's to Paul Salmon. Light rain has stopped momentarily. Merritt. Oh, Elshaw caught. German. Short. Down to half forward. Oh, lovely mark taken down there by Cracker. The ball skills of these guys are unbelievable. And Jimmy Cracker has the chance to put North Melbourne deep into attack, and the mark taken by Atkins at half forward.
Good play on the part of Jimmy Cracker that time. Atkins right on the 50-metre mark. Get in front. It may be a little bit too far for the little North Melbourne player. Let's see what he can do with it. There it is, on its way. It doesn't quite make the distance. Off the top of the pack. Danaher played it safe and forced it through. It hit the behind post, and it'll be a throw-in right against North Melbourne's point post there. So North Melbourne on the scoreboard, a 1 point only to Essendon 1-1-7. Ball back into play again. That's Thompson going through. Got one too high. He'll get a free kick.
A bit lucky there.
Plenty of head-eye tackles at the moment. He ran into Jonas as he was going back for his kick. A long hand pass out there to Nobby Clark. Clark out to the wide open spaces. Beautifully anticipated by Hickey. Nearly copped one going through, showing a lot of guts. Strong play and a hand pass coming out to Robertson. Misfired. But Robertson grabbed Thompson.
Oh, he put his head down there, Lou.
Well, the umpire didn't think so, Pete, and Thompson gets another one. A quick hand pass, a bad one, but it's okay because Clark will pick it up. Balks. Short pass. And the ball marked by Hurd, and Hurd and Cracker have been at it all night. Hurd niggling from the first bounce. Short kick, and it'll be okay, and marked there at centre half back by Baker. Baker's kick is short. It'll be okay. Picked up nicely. The ball driven up there by Madden over their half forward line. Out comes Salmon. Overruns the ball. Beautifully picked up now again by Ackley. And North Melbourne swing back into attack. No one can take the mark. Bowles gets his hand to it. But the umpire called play on. He played the advantage rule as we see Elshaw drive it up to half forward. Knocked out nicely by Harvey. Over to Hawker. Long running shot at goal, but he'll be off target. And it'll be through for 1 point. So it's Essendon 1 goal, 2-8. To North Melbourne, 1 point only in this power-packed thrill match so far, Pete. There's been plenty of action.
No big pardons from either side.
Waiting now for the ball to come back into play by McCann. He's got his hands full tonight minding Salmon. Going after it now is Robinson on the boundary line. Gets his kick, a hurried one around towards half forward. Coming out to meet it now is Ryan. Can't pick it up. Oh, beautifully picked up by the Bomber skipper. That was a great bit of play. Out it goes wide now. Oh, you see Thompson ended by Hickey. That was a fair bump, and he'll get a free kick too because Thompson grabbed him by the foot as he went past him.
And Hickey showing position so far. Ball out the centre wing. Umpire's ball. Baker hands it back to him. The bounce. Madden and Lyle. Harvey. Madden. Picked up by Baker. McCann missed it. Ackley likewise fumbles. He doesn't do that very often. Here's our one fumble. Well, the hand pass to Elshaw wasn't a good one. Still a chance to make amends if he can get clear. Back it goes to Hawker. He's missed one so far. Make that 2. So Glenn Hawker off target on 2 consecutive occasions. The result the same. Essendon 1-3, North Melbourne 1 behind. The difference 8 points.
I think he's a very strong player, Pete. He has to go at the ball when he sees it. He doesn't worry about anybody. He'd run through a brick wall.
No, you're wrong. He'd walk through one, Luke.
Yeah, well, that's probably better, Pete.
McCann, who has the job so far of minding salmon, chips it in short. Could have been dangerous, but it's Holt. Phil Cracker. Dwyer. Gets clear of Ezard. Up towards half forward. Essendon players playing in front down there. Larkin tries to go through. Cracker, beautifully done. Out to Phil. Hawker can't catch him. A lovely pass. Jonas, 30 metres out directly in front. North Melbourne's first goal if he's accurate. Well, the Crackers again, they're being tagged tonight, both of them, and they've still been in the play. So Peter Jonas, who was one of the potential interchange players, has a chance to justify his selection in the side. It looks like a goal. North Melbourne in front, 11 and a half minutes gone.
Brilliant play on the part of the Cracker boys then. Beautiful hand pass from Phil over to Dwyer, and of course it got down to Jimmy, and Jimmy with a great hand pass. You watch Jimmy come past now, and this hand pass is a cracker, Jack. He's got hurt on his back over to his brother. Short pass, even though he was grabbed, and right down Jonas's throat. And of course he didn't miss.
Goal kicker so far for Essendon, Paul Salmon, and for North Melbourne, Peter Jonas. And we can see both of them there with their respective tags. Shane Hurd doing the job of minding Jimmy, and Gary Fold the job of minding Phil. 12 minutes gone, first quarter. Holt has the chance. Good hip and shoulder, puts him out of business. Clark to half forward for Essendon. Ackley fists the ball away, straight into the arms of Richardson, but he fumbles. It's slippery. Will he get caught by Dwyer? He won't. The snapshot looks good. Goal. The Bombers bounce back. Very quick reply. Took less than 30 seconds. Essendon second. The Bombers lead 15-7.
Great play on the part of Richardson. Took a while to pick it up. He was nearly grabbed by Dwyer, but Dwyer got off balance. Out it comes quickly. You watch this now. Punched on by Ackley. Actually went the wrong way. This gave Richardson a chance. Took a while to pick it up. Dwyer just missed him, and that was a lovely snap by the ex-Magpie. Ex-Swan Districts, and now playing for the Bombers. Just on the 13-minute mark. 15 points, Essendon to North Melbourne 7. A difference of 8 points. Well, Lyle got up very high. Madden ducked that time. The ball back there to Jimmy Cracker. He runs into trouble, but gets a hand pass back to Spargo. Spargo's kickers over the half-forward line. And it's Baker. Baker now. And the ball taken away by Donnell. Donnell's out wide. We see Thompson. Oh, he copped one from Jimmy that time, but he shrugged it off and drives it up there looking for Salmon with McCann. McCann goes the punch. That's the only way to play him. Ezard kicks it out of bounds on the full. Well, I think McCann realises he can't outmark Salmon, so he's got to go for the thump down there. The ball out of bounds. It must have been over the line. It'll be a free kick down there to Ackley. So Ackley down there in the back pocket. The difference 8 points in favour of Essendon. Madden and Lyle. Pushed out by Lyle. The ball hits the deck. German tries, not German.
Free to Larkin, Luke.
Larkin grabbed going through the pack that time, and he'll take the free kick at half back.
Good to see him back in the side,
yes,
too.
He's played fairly well, too. Beautifully intercepted that time by Merritt, who's been out for a couple of weeks with injury. Salmon again, punched away. Well, actually, McCann missed that. This gave Ezard a chance. Right on his tail is Ackley. A hand pass coming out to Welshaw. Another one over to Clark. Straightens up, fires. But he's off target, and it's through for another point. So they move on to 2 goals, 4-16 to North Melbourne. 1 goal, 7 points. A game full of fire. John Kennedy on the phone. But it's early, or the early part of the night yet. I was going to say early days.
The lights are so good it looks like day, Luke.
14 and a half minutes gone. We see the ball taken out there by North Melbourne. Atkins' kick is a short one out to the wing. Flying high was Dano at the back of the Packers' range. He ran into a brick wall. He threw that away, and it's holding the ball. And Pretty Boy lost that as we see Lyle take the free kick down on the wing position. North Melbourne up to their half-forward line. Punched out by Donnell. Clark gets a hand pass. There's Rains going. Got it right around the neck. Caught that time by Spargo, and he'll take the free kick with a 15-metre penalty. So this brings him right up to the wing position, but he doesn't take advantage of that. He drives it out wide. There's Hickey going, and no one will stop him. And look at this fella go, but Elshaw's got a bit more pace, but this fella's got the guts. He goes after it. Great play as he tackles it over there to Atkins. What a strong player, Hickey. Short pass, and Jonas has got it out there on the 50-metre mark on a pretty acute angle for North Melbourne.
I think John Kennedy would love Hickey, wouldn't he?
Oh, certainly would. There she goes now. There's the kick by Jonas. Oh, it's a long one. It might make it. Let's see the result. Hit the post, the umpire said. So North Melbourne off target there. Bit of bad luck. 1 goal, 2-8 to Essendon, 2-4-16.
And Jonas has kicked 1-1 of their total. The other one was rushed. 16 minutes gone in the first quarter, trying to knock off early. Harvey in front, misjudged it. Glenn Hawker doesn't. Hawker's kick high towards centre field. Well, the Law also misjudged it. Jonas, hand pass, picked up down there by Fairley. Fairley up the half forward. Phil Cracker misses the bounce. Walsh doesn't get a favourable one either. Folds. Gets it back to the 50-metre line. Chance for Holt. Long hand pass. Wasn't a particularly good one. German. Puts it high up towards full forward. Oh, over goes Spargo and down goes Danaher. That won't do his cracked cheekbone much good.
Tell you what, Pete, there's no big pardons here tonight. They're really having a go, both sides. Watch this again. In goes Spargo with a lot of go about his bump that time.
And Jimmy Cracker just can't gather it in before the boundary line.
I think he shook Danaher up a bit, but he seems to be okay now.
Just a twinge, Lou.
Just a twinge, mate.
2-4 to 1-2. Scoreboard knocked away by Walsh. German. Can he get clear? Just about grab. The mark taken down there by Clark in the back pocket. Clark goes for a short pass. It's well delivered. Terry Danaher from right half back flank. Ryan is in there, can't gather it in. Harvey breaks 2 tackles, nearly had his neck broken as well. Looked like a high tackle from here. The umpire says no. Opportunity for North Melbourne through Ryan. Lovely smother from Hawker, who ultimately lost sight of it. Good hip and shoulder by Thompson, put Ryan out of business, and it's going to be a boundary throw-in on centre wing. As you said, Lou, plenty of guts and determination from both sides. It's a pretty tough game at the moment. Madden and Lyle. I don't know who got that one down. Picked up by Donnell. Over to Baker. To centre wing. Madden overruns the ball. Ackley doesn't. Long kick. Left half forward for North Melbourne. Ryan over the top. Slippery ball. Slipped through his fingers. Baker. Richardson on the move from centre field. Ackley and Ezard. Who's going to recover quicker? Ezard, of course. On to Salmon for goal number 2. 35 metres out. Shoots. Looks good. Salmon second.
Well, that was good play on the part of Essendon. Then he was in a bit of trouble with Ackley over there, but he flew high, couldn't take the mark, but recovered better than Ackley. And it was a nice hand pass over there to Salmon. Watch it again. He gets up over the top, recovered better than Ackley. A good left-handed hand pass over to Salmon. Of course, he didn't mess about putting his second goal on the ball.
2 goals to Salmon, 1 to Richardson for Essendon. The only goal kicker for North Melbourne is Peter Jonas.
14 points the difference. Into this quarter by just on 18.5 minutes. And the Bombers go back into attack again. North Melbourne doesn't want this to happen now. It's Hazard right on the boundary line, getting away from Ackley over to Salmon, but the big fella tripped. There's a chance now for Spencer Grab, but he shrugged that one off. A hand pass coming to Elshaw, missed it completely. That gave Dwyer a chance to get the ball back out there towards that half back line. Flying high was German. Spargo goes after it, but it beats him and out of bounds. So it's right on the 50-metre mark. Still in Essendon's attacking zone. They're 22 points to North Melbourne 8.
North Melbourne's defence a little loose at the moment.
Yes, a little bit loose. Ezard looking a dangerous player. Ball thrown out. The umpire said it'll be a free kick to North Melbourne. I think it'll go to Hickey. Gully wouldn't want to run into him up a dark lane at midnight, would you, Pete?
I don't think I'd pinch his beer in the Toc H.
Certainly would not. But he's certainly showing a lot of go about his play here tonight, and he's upset. But the Bombers have got a few toughies there too, and Duckworth and Mark Thompson doesn't mind having a bit of a dip either. And of course, we're forgetting about Roger Merritt. There's a free kick now against Lyle for a push in the back. There's noted about it. Lyle argued with the umpire. It'll go to Madden. Umpire bringing back to kick over the mark. Still, it's Essendon in front by 14 points. Madden goes for a pass. It's a good one, and Rogers got it. He's got to play that mark. Got away from Fairley, and as Pete said, they're a little bit loose down there, letting these big fellas run around. And of course, if you do that, it's fatal against this mob. Salmon in front. There's McCann going the big punch. Down it comes to Germans. Fumbles the ball. Now he's clear. A hand pass coming over to Hickey again. Doing a great job. A long kick up there towards Fowles. Knocks the ball away, but Phil Crackers there. T-strip. He'll get a free kick. Might have been a bit of bad luck for Essendon, but they all count. Duckworth not too happy about the decision, but it was their short pass. Jonas has got it. Walsh on the scene. Might be a 15-metre penalty here.
Would have been very close to it, Lou, I think.
No, the umpire saying no, stay where you are. So we see now Jonas a chance to kick his second goal, and of course that'll be North Melbourne's second too.
He's kicked 1-1 of their total of 8 points. The other one was rushed.
They're trailing by 14 points. Waiting on Jonas on a 45-degree angle. He's about 45 metres out from goal. The kick is a good one. And that'll be another goal. That's the second of Jonas, and North Melbourne now move on to 2 goals. 2-14 to Essendon 3-4-22. Into this quarter by just on 21 and a half minutes.
2 goals to Jonas and 2 to Salmon, 1 to Richardson. The goal kicker so far in the match. Not a bad crowd in attendance tonight either, probably over the 25,000 mark. We did have some drizzle between about 7:30 and 8 o'clock. It's fine now, though. 8 points the difference as we approach the 22-minute mark of the term. Izzard doing well, especially close to goal, down towards right half forward flank, 50 metres out from the scoring area, knocked on by Spargo. Tries to get clear of Harvey. Grab, was it too high by Izzard? A play-on call. Was, I think, the correct one. Been a rough and tumble affair here tonight. Booted out to Larkin. As I said, great to see this very talented player back in North's side. Just a lot of games through injury. Hurd does the job of tagging Jimmy Cracker. Picked up by Hurd now. Madden. Rains. Will go long. Trying to find Salmon. Oh, gave McCann a nice old nudge in the back there. Elshaw tries to get around Hickey. Oh, he slips over. It's quite damp out there. Breaks the tackle beautifully. Lovely play from Elshaw. Long shot. Looks good. Deserves a goal. And I think he's got one. Might be a free kick. It is. It was actually a goal, but not allowed.
I think it might have been running too far, Peter, but I think he was a bit hot on Elshaw there.
I'll say.
Considering the condition of the ground out there, they both slipped over.
Well, it did actually go through the goalpost, so a little bit harsh. Rains again. Rains from left half forward. Probably 75 to 80 metres out. McCann and Salmon. Salmon's got this one. Salmon about 40 metres out. He's already kicked 2 goals. Well, will he make it 3 for the first quarter? So will Kevin Sheedy move him at quarter time like he did in the state game?
Well, Kevin thinks he's could be the best ruckman in Australia, but I reckon he could be just about the best full forward in Australia if he made up his mind or left him there long enough.
Ah, right, that might be the comment. Salmon, 40 to 45 metres out. Might have hooked that one slightly. Goal umpire says 1 behind, which came up at the 23 3/4 minute mark. It's Essendon's 5th, 3-5 to 2-2, a difference of 9 points.
Well, it's been a pretty tough game, Pete. A real strong game, and no beg pardons at all. And we've seen some gutsy play by a couple of players out there, Thompson and Hickey for North Melbourne. And of course, Duckworth's been a bit quiet. He's due to get into the thick of things before it's over tonight.
McCann kicks out. Long to the outer side, and there's Hickey again. He's certainly the man of the quarter. Hickey from right half back goes for the hand pass to Ackerley.
Certainly playing well. The ball back out there now. A chance here. Norman to grab that one. He fumbles it, but he goes after again. Back it goes to Cracker. The umpire said he threw it, and rightly so too. The free kick to go to Danaher. And Danaher not doing a bad job on his first game back after a long spell with injury. Over it goes now to Larkin, but it was a bad kick. That's the ball kicked out by Nobby Clark. Over to Thompson. Thompson out there on the wing position. A hand pass coming over to Duckworth. And Duckworth drives it down there towards that forward. On in goes Salmon without the ball. Now he's got it. The hand pass went astray. Out it comes now to Atkins. A quick hand pass, but grabbed by Hawker. But he was grabbed, but he didn't have the ball. He might get a free kick. He was a bit lucky. It was just about a throw too, I thought. But he's right on that 50-metre mark at half-back. So he shows too much pace there for Salmon. The ball back towards the centre of the ground. Going through again is Norman. Umpire said he had no hope that time it'll be a ball up. So it's a ball up down towards North Melbourne's centre-half forward position. They're 14 points to Essendon 23. A difference of 9 points. A fumble. It comes back to Donnell now. He's clear. Grabbed by Jonas. Fowles got grabbed. Still got his kick even though he was slung. Merritt in front. Punched away by Fairley. The ball hits the deck. Ball kicked out wide towards the wing position. There's a chance now. Oh, there's nearly a free kick. Is it that time to halt? But the umpire said no, it'll be out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in about 55 metres, 60 metres around from the North Melbourne goal on their half-forward flank position. Siegler going for that knockout. It comes back to Jonas. He's already kicked 2 goals. Ball hits the deck again. Going down was German. Norman, I should say it was, but couldn't pick it up that time. Danaher, and the ball is out of bounds. But it's really deep into the attacking zone for North Melbourne, just about against their point post. They've got a chance to score a goal. We're over the 26-minute mark of the first quarter. Hand pass from Siegler comes out to Walsh. He was grabbed. And there we see Robertson grab Danaher, picked up by Duckworth. It's a wild kick out towards the pocket. Going after it now is Baker. Balks, he falls, but still gets the hand pass out to Nobby Clark. Clark's kick is a long one, looking for Harvey. Dwyer's there, got up too early. This has given Harvey the chance he wants. He picks it up on the second rebound, but he ran into trouble. But he grabbed too high by Hickey. That's the only mistake he's made in this first quarter. It'll be a free kick to Harvey, but he stunned him a bit.
No doubt about the free kick at all.
He certainly stunned him. He hits him pretty hard, this Hickey guy. Ball back towards centre half forward. Ball off the top of the pack. Oh, got it. That was going through German. He was collared. It's Larkin now. Back it goes, and German breaks clear at centre field. He should go for the long kick, but it's a shocker. There's a chance now for Cracker to pick it up. Short pass by Phil Cracker over there to Jonas. Has got it, and he's well inside the 50-metre mark.
Jonas far above North Melbourne's best attacking player at the moment. Already 2 goals.
That was Jimmy Cracker, I should say, not Phil, but they do look alike. I think you'll agree. So he's about 45 metres out from goal, and he kicked one from this position about 5 minutes ago. So if he kicks this, it'll make the difference 3 points. Into the quarter by 27.5 minutes. There it is, coming around beautifully, another goal. That's Jonas's third, and North Melbourne now still back in this game, well into it. 3 goals, 2-20 to Essendon, 3 goals, 5-23.
And Harvey coming off the ground. You said he got a rather nasty knock. Now let's see what happened. It was a free kick for on the shoulder.
I think he might have got him as he fell on top of him there, Pete. So I said he stunned him.
He's holding his hip, it looks like.
As though he may have fell on top of it.
3 points the difference. 28 minutes gone in the first quarter. 3 goals to Jonas, the leading goal kicker in the match today. Is that a high tackle while holding the ball? Rains in the thick of things. Rains comes out with the free kick. Rains from centre field. Put Essendon back into attack. It's been a crackerjack opening term. Salmon and McCann. McCann doing the right thing. Donnell. Thompson fumbles. That's Spargo in. Spargo, high ball to half forward. Oh, almost a mark taken down there by Norman, but he couldn't complete it. Down goes Danaher, playing at centre half back. Tries to get it away from Cracker, and who wouldn't? In fact, both of the boys were in there. Jim was in the thick of the action. Phil was waiting for the hand pass, which never came. 3 points the difference. 4 minutes into time on. Knocked down by Madden. Holds can't get away. And once again, it's going to be another bounce. MCG ground in absolutely superb condition in view of the very heavy rain we had last week. A bounce, left half forward flank for North Melbourne, about 45 metres from goal. Madden and Siegler neither gets a decisive tap out. Larkin's kick, I think, touched off the boot. Will it be a mark? Umpire has played it to Rains. Rains from back pocket. Baker and Spargo. Almost a 15-metre penalty. Must be a 15-metre penalty. Baker playing well in the first quarter for Essendon. Looks for Walsh. He's been fairly quiet so far. Victoria's #1 ruckman, according to the state coach Kevin Cheedy, but he's not playing there tonight. 15-metre penalty. Ackley tries to outmark Thompson, can't do so. And the siren goes to the end of the first quarter. He should have a kick, but he would be 65 metres out. And of course it won't be a score. And so the score at quarter time shows a difference of 3 points in favour of the reigning premiers. 3-5-23, North Melbourne 3-2-20. Essendon lead by 3 points as we begin the second quarter at the MCG. 3-5 to 3-2 in favour of the reigning premiers. Picked up by Atkins. Atkins kick high towards half forward. Danaher now seemingly playing an attack for Essendon. He began the match at centre half back. And it will be a bounce at the Essendon centre half forward position. Knocked down by Siegler. Picked up by Thompson. Thompson's kick back around towards the centre wing position. Fairley onto Dwyer. And a mark or free kick or whatever to Robertson, who decides to play on. Very close to the boundary line. Hooks it back up towards full forward. Plenty of Essendon Guernseys down there. Oh, Hawker got one too high. Umpire didn't see it. Phil Cracker can't get clear, and it's going to be a bounce. Very close to the boundary line and about 30 metres from goal. It's going to be Lyle against Madden. Picked up by Hawker, who played a good first quarter. Could have had a couple of goals on the board. Knocked away by Spargo from Harvey, who left the field late in the first quarter but seems to be okay now. And once again it's going to be a bounce at the 92nd mark of the second quarter. Lyle and Madden. Won by Madden that time. Picked up by Walsh. Onto Thompson. Good tackle by Cracker. Not paid for holding the ball. Holt. Walsh. Lyle. Lyle from half back or half forward. Up towards centre wing. Merritt trips over at the crucial moment. Chance for Baker, who played a brilliant first quarter. Puts Essendon into attack with a long hand pass to Elshaw, who fumbles but gets the ball on brilliantly. Up to Harvey, soccers it off the ground. Out of bounds on the full, I think, and it will be a boundary throw in. No, it was out on the full. Right the first time. And it's going to be... It was out on the full, I thought. What did you think, Lou?
I'd reckon, Pete, I think you may have been right, but the umpire was a fair way away from it to make a decision.
Knocked down by Salmon, picked up by Harvey. Harvey goes for a hurried hand pass. McCann tries to thump the ball over the boundary line. Merritt, did he keep it in play? No. Boundary umpire up with it this time, and it will be a throw-in.
Well, there's one thing about it. The umpires are certainly giving plenty of latitude there, but they've been consistent. That's the most important thing. Ball out of bounds about 25 metres around from the Essendon goal there. 3 points in front. Ball knocked out by Siegler, hits the deck again, and it's Cracker forcing the ball through. That's Jimmy Cracker, and the ball is out of bounds again. Hurd still tagging him. He hasn't left his side before they started the first bounce here today. Siegler again got the knockout. That's Thompson going through.
Doesn't he always?
And the ball is out of bounds. Well, we've got a couple of tearaways here today. That's Mark Thompson and a Hickey for North Melbourne. They both really go through a pack. McCann got that knockout. Thompson again tried to tap it on. He did, but it's out of bounds again. So we're not making much progress. Play held up there in the forward pocket, still about 25 metres around from the Essendon goal. They're 23-20. Salmon got the tap down. That's Hickey again. Had a great first quarter. Showed a lot of intestinal fortitude. Holt going after it now. Copped one a bit heavy. Got a hand pass out wide. Norman took a fortnight to get it. Now it's German driving the ball back, looking for Spargo. He's grabbed it right out there on the centre wing position. A hand pass coming over to Larkin. Larkin gets the ball back as a go for Robertson to drive it up there towards full forward. Jonas got under that, kicked at that time. He played it safe for Foles and put it out of bounds. I thought he could have picked that one up. So the ball is out of bounds. This time it's on the 50-metre mark, or just about the 50-metre mark on North Melbourne's half-forward line. Madden tapped the ball down. Spinning out of the pack was Donnell. Donnell's pass is back to the centre of the ground. Thompson again anticipates beautifully. The hand pass to Rains. Now he usually goes for a long kick, and this is no exception. Ezard gets it on the first bounce, hooks it back towards the full forward position. McCann and Salmon knocked out beautifully by Salmon over to Harvey. A snap at goal, but he'll be off target, and it'll go out of bounds. That was brilliant play on the part of Salmon then. Had no hope of marking it, but he spotted Harvey, and tapped it over to him. 20 plays, 23, still in favour of Essendon. Only 3 points the difference. Right against their point post. Siegler. No, that was Lyle. Picked up by Duckworth. He snapped it through off the top of the pack that time, and it was knocked out in a goal. So it's 9 points the difference in favour of Essendon. They're 4-5-29 to North Melbourne 3-2-20.
Duckworth's first goal, and the first goal of the second quarter as we watch the boundary throw in. And Billy Duckworth, well, he bobs up everywhere, doesn't he? Winner of the Norm Smith medal. Had a slashing game in that grand final, and now from that snapshot puts through a goal. Essendon by 9 points, 5.5 minutes into the second quarter. Another bounce. Roger Merritt back into the Essendon side tonight after missing through injury. So to Danaher and also Salmon, who's kicked a couple of goals. Madden and Lyle, won by Lyle. Merritt's kick was smothered, and he had his head taken off as well by an opponent. Down he goes. And umpire Rowan Saws has decided once again it will be a bounce. Madden and Lyle. Won by Lyle that time. Tried to find his teammate down there. Baker was in the road. Out it comes to Holt. Larkin around Donnell. Holt again. 50 metres out. Now 45. Shoots at goal. Looks close. Might be a score. It is. It's a goal. Great play, North Melbourne. 6.5 minutes into the second quarter. North once again to within 3. 4-2 to 4-5 at the MCG.
Brilliant play on the part of Larkin then.
He's a class player, isn't he?
Yes, Holt picked up over to Larkin, but Larkin balks here, got around Donnell, then spotted Holt, full of running, and a delightful left foot snap at goal.
Holt's first goal for North Melbourne. Jonas has 3. The difference is 3 points on 7th Big League. Special edition from the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Knocked down by Madden, but he doesn't get it very far again. He's got a lot of tap out. That time it's a good kick. Up to half forward, Izzard in front of Ackerley. Izzard perhaps looking a little bit too fast for Ackerley at the moment, but he always gathers a lot of possessions. He's 50 metres out, right on the line. Salmon, mark.
Great mark.
He play on, McCann making sure that he doesn't.
Well, McCann did everything possible to try and make him drop that mark, Pete, but couldn't put the big fella off balance. You watch that again. He's bowled him over, but the big fella didn't let go. That was a great mark by Salmon. Of course, he's already kicked 2 goals, Pete.
And still at full forward.
Yep.
Well, Paul Salmon runs around, hooks it, don't know. 1 point. He really did hook that one, and not too happy with himself because he was at point-blank range. Essendon 4-6, North Melbourne 4-2. The difference is 4 points.
4 points the difference. 8 minutes gone of this second quarter, and it's been a torrid affair here tonight. Both sides really having a dip. Ball kicked in by McCann. Ball knocked out by Thompson. Overrunning the ball that time was Spargo. Spinning out was Elshaw. Good play by the Essendon Rover. Ball back there towards Ackley, pushed out by Izzard, pushed on by Jimmy Cracker again. Finally, it's North Melbourne driving it back. Lyle couldn't mark that one. That's Thompson. He's grabbed, tries to get the pack, but it's out to Baker. Baker goes for short part. There's the danger man down there. He's left Ackley for dead down there in this last 7 or 8 minutes. And he's got the ball about 40 metres out from goal again, Izzard. He's a fine player, this little bloke, and you can't give him any latitude at all because he's got tremendous pace, tremendous breakaway speed from his opponents.
Not a bad mark either for his size.
There's the kick, and that will not make the distance, but great mark. Great mark to Merritt. There's some tall timber down there. They were a bit tall for North Melbourne's defenders. And that was a strong and a beautiful mark by Merritt. You watch this, right at the back, and did he get up, the big fellow? He'd have to fall over to miss this one. Umpire bringing him right around, but he's only got to move out about 2 paces. He's got it dead lined up dead on. Madden having a talk to him. I fancy that happening. Couldn't kick over a jam tin.
You don't like Ruckman though, Luke.
Running on Merritt. Now the only thing against him here, he's taking that long to kick it. He could miss, but I don't think so. Running on Merritt. He's hit the post.
Oh, you're right.
Well, I tell you what, he took far too long to kick it, Pete. He lost his concentration.
I think he got too close to the mat on the mark,
Well,
too.
I don't know what he did. I think it might have been that advice he got from Madden. Hickey off the ground. 5 points the difference. Now it goes wide. A chance now for Law to pick it up. He gets a kick and he was bowled after he kicked the ball, but it's hit the deck again. Baker runs into Jimmy Cracker, but shrugged him off pretty easily. A short pass to Merritt. And the big fella might have got one on the back with the umpire. Short pass, and Lyle's got it from German. Over it goes now, and there we see Steele taking the ball around there. Oh, great mark. Great mark to Norman. A quick one over to Robertson, and North Melbourne full of running now. And it's Phil Cracker. Got pushed. He's skidded along the ground, but no penalty there. He's just about on the 50-metre mark, right on the boundary line. Kick by Cracker is into the goal square. Falls a bit short. Jonas is there. The ball knocked out by Siegler, and it'll go through for 1 point. So it's Essendon 4-7-31. For North Melbourne, 4 goals, 3-27. We're just over the 10-minute mark of the second quarter.
Walsh, Elshaw. Past Norman. Now Norman, the second chance after Thompson fumbles. It's picked up by Steele, who replaced, let me see, it was Hickey that went off. Might be some sort of injury too. I don't think he'd take him off otherwise, Lou, would he? Surely. Lyle and Madden. Won by Madden, but he's hit it straight to Dwyer. Good tackle. Hawker runs out of bounds with the ball. Again, a boundary throw-in. Just past the 11-minute mark, second quarter. Very good crowd in attendance for this match tonight. 4 points the difference. Madden, Spargo. Hand pass wasn't a good one. Merritt, Robertson into his back, surely. Gives the hand pass away. Elshaw from right centre wing. Up to the point of the square. Good mark taken by Duckworth. He's gone for a hand pass to Hawker, 50 metres out. Hawker lets fly. Can he score one here? McCann should have marked it.
Yes, should have grabbed that.
1 point. Essendon's marking looking much the better. North players have been in position to take a few grabs, and I mean McCann and Lyle, and they haven't done so. Ackley looks for Lyle. Oh, Madden chipped in beautifully. Salmon for 3, shoots, missed out of bounds. Oh, a golden opportunity gone begging there, and Salmon not too happy with himself for missing that. He was at point-blank range.
Well, they're giving North Melbourne plenty of chances, Pete, because they've been able to attack this quarter quite often.
They're 4-8 now, and of course that one out of bounds. So they're kicking up forward, not particularly good. McCann's kick. Madden again, great mark. Getting on top in the ruck duels, especially around the ground. Hit-outs haven't had that much effect. Salmon this time. Now he needs to settle down, and that I think is what Billy Duckworth is saying.
Well, he's certainly well on top of McCann. McCann miles away every time they go for a mark, and this big fella's such a strong mark and does jump in the air for a big fella. That makes him about 12'9", Pete.
And you left out the fact that he's pretty fast.
Well, that's right. He's quick. He leads well, and that was a great mark. He's been kicking badly. He's already kicked 2 goals.
Salmon inside the 50-metre line. Distance of 45 or thereabouts. That looks better, Paul Salmon. 3 goals. Essendon go further ahead. Scoreboard, Sevens big league. North Melbourne 4-3, Essendon 5-8. Essendon by 11 points. 3 goals to Salmon, singles to Richardson and Duckworth for the Bombers. The pass or kick from Simon Madden, but it was a great lead, and McCann too far behind to knock that one away.
Oh, Madden lobbed that beautifully in front of him, Pete, and giving him such a start, McCann didn't have much of a chance.
Approaching the 14-minute mark, 11 points in favour of Essendon. Paul Salmon bringing up his 3rd goal.
There we see Ryan grabbed as he tried to get through the pack, but the umpire will ball it up at centre field. Now, I'm just wondering how long they'll leave McCann on Salmon, because Salmon's well on top, even though he's only kicked 3 goals, but he could have easily had 6 on the board by now. Knocked out by Madden, dominated the knockouts, pushed on by Elshaw. Coming in to meet it now is Ackley, copped Duckworth, but he beat him for that. And a good long hand pass out wide. There's a chance now for North to get the ball clear as we open goal. This could be good. Yes, he's put it through for a goal. So North Melbourne bouncing back. North Melbourne not out of the race. 5 goals, 3-33 to Western, 5-8-38. Still 5 points the difference. So The Bombers can't get that break. Good play on the part of Robertson. Spotted Larkin, but Larkin had to use his good judgment to pick that up on the first bounce, and it was a beautiful running shot for goal. Centre bounce again. 5 points the difference. Knocked out by Ryan. There's a chance now for Larkin. Missed that one. Grabbed by Rains. A hand pass comes out the back. He's been a pretty good player tonight too. Out wide. McCann's got a start on Sam, and now it should bounce all right. It does, but he fumbled it. He's not having a great night. In goes Ackley, runs into Sam and goes for a hand pass. There's a chance now for Steele to pick it up. Goes for a short pass. It'll be out of bounds. On the full, I would say, and a free kick going there to Donnell. About 70 metres out from goal. So this is Donnell with the ball on the half-forward line for Essendon. They're in front by 5 points. Scoots around German, a left footer up towards Duckworth in front. Pushed out again by Holt. Not Delore. Grabbed by Baker, running shot at goal, but he's off target.
Gee, they've missed a few.
Well, they've missed a lot of goals, and they're kicking badly up there. They've had plenty of chances to be 3 or 4 goals in front, but they're only 6 points in front. 5 goals, 9-39 to North Melbourne, 5-3-33. Waiting on McCann again. Kicks it out wide. Chance here for North Melbourne to get clear as Holt was grabbed, but he taps it onto the wrong man. It goes over to Nobby Clark to Baker again, looking dangerous. A short pass. It's a beauty too. And it's marked right on the 50-metre mark, a little bit inside that by Simon Madden, who's really come to light in this second quarter. And there's a good pass again. It'll be marked there to Thompson. Now he'd be what? Let me see.
6 kicks and 4 hand passes.
He's played very well too, Pete. He'd be about 40 metres out from now. He wouldn't be quite 40 metres out from goal. The kick. That's good. So it's 2 goals the difference. North Melbourne 5 goals, 3-33 to Essendon. 6 goals, 9-45. So the difference 12 points.
Thompson 1, Richardson 1, Duckworth 1 for Essendon, Salmon 3. And for North Melbourne, Jodas 3, Larkin and Holt.
There we see that kick again from about 40 metres out. As I said before, he's played a very good game tonight and a dead-set trier all the time, Mark Thompson.
17 minutes gone, second quarter. Thompson's first goal. Essendon reasserting their supremacy in this night special from the MCG. Free kick going the Bombers' way. Thompson again has been in everything so far. Possession number 11. Elshaw to half forward. McCann missed the mark again. Picked up by Law. He's been fairly quiet tonight. That might be in the back. Fairly. Well, Larkin it was. Out to centre wing. This is Holt and Hawker. Holt from left centre wing. Not playing a bad game either. North Melbourne need a quick reply once more. Law takes the mark at a little bit short of half forward. Goes long, trying to find Norman. Couldn't do so. And the umpire has decided that about 35 metres out from goal, it's going to be a bounce. 12 points in favour of Essendon, 6-9 to 5-3. Madden and Siegler. Taken by Siegler, but he didn't get it very far. Picked up by Atkins. In the road down there is Hamilton. Oh, a little bit slow to get rid of it onto Walsh, just about through it. Robertson was there, picked up by Atkins, point blank range, shoots and puts it through. Well, North Melbourne making the most of their attacking moves. Essendon certainly have had more, but they're sticking with them. 6 points in it, 39 to 45.
Well, plenty of mistakes made that time by the Bomber defence. Hamilton took too long to get that hand pass over to Walsh, and of course he had nothing else to do but punch it. And little Atkins always ready for one of those crumbs around those packs and put it through for a nice goal.
Atkins is first, and the badly needed one for North Melbourne. They're just going goal for goal at the moment, but they can't get in front. 6 points the difference as we approach the 19-minute mark of the term. Knocked down by Lyle. Rains gets the hand pass out. Madden to half forward. Oh, Izzard! He loves a mark, this fellow.
Well, he had to sit on him, then you could see him go for that mark, Pete.
Salmon, one hand. McCann, the chance after the fumble, gets it out of bounds. Boundary throw in Essendon's right forward pocket.
And the difference only 6 points. There's Izzard, had the sit right on top of Ackley. Loves that sort of mark, and of course he never drops them either. Got a very safe pair of hands. Back it goes now towards that half forward flank. There's nearly a free kick to North Melbourne's Holt. He's into his back. What's he got to do? It's got to be a free kick. I thought it was about 5 minutes ago. Over it goes now to Ackley. Ackley runs towards the full-back position. They're going right across the ground. A hand pass to McCann. He grabbed that one okay. He's taking a while to kick it, but he finally got a long kick out there towards the wing position. Pushed away from Norman by Danaher. And that's good play by Hawker. A hand pass coming over to Bake. He's had a million kicks in this first half. A short pass. And beautifully played that time by Law. Gets a hurried kick, not a well-directed one. Going without the ball was Clark. Backing up well as Danaher. It's smothered by Jimmy Cracker. Hawker goes in. Goes out of the pack. A hand pass to Hurd. Another one over to Baker. Baker gets around Larkin. Shoots the ball back towards the half-back line or half-forward line. It's grabbed here by Dwyer. Dwyer's kick is back towards the wing, but there's no one there. No, Norman's grabbed that. A good mark. Got between two of them. Oh, he copped one in the face. Oh, he copped one right in the face from Hawker, I think it was. Ball back there towards centre half forward. Danaher goes after it. Backing up well as Elshaw. Playing down there in defence as a loose man or something. He's had plenty of kicks down there. Punched out again by North Melbourne's Fairley. Fairley comes out of the pack. He goes down. Did he get it in the back? I thought so. And the umpire was a bit late giving that decision. But he did. And Fairley will take the free kick out there on the wing position. Oh, I thought it was the other way around, but Robertson comes out with it. So Robertson's got it. Gets the kick back towards North Melbourne's half-forward line. Grabbed by Elshaw again, but he's taken right over the line that time by Jimmy Cracker, and it's holding the ball. So Jimmy Cracker about 70 metres out from goal at half-forward, and North Melbourne trailing by 6 points. Kick is up towards full forward. The pack set themselves.
Good mark.
That'll be a mark to Simon Madden, who's played a very good second quarter, just about the best player on the ground. Short pass, and Thompson's got it. Short of centre half back. Thompson looking for a lead, goes wide to the wing position. He's found Rain scouting out on his own. Another hand pass back to Thompson. Now they're full of running. He's confident. He goes for a bounce. Then a long kick looking for Salmon. Salmon trying to get into position. Tapped out by McCann. But it comes over to Duckworth. Well smothered that time by Law. And Duckworth's kick is through for 1 point. So it's 7 points the difference. 6 goals, 3. 39 North Melbourne to Western. 6-9, 46. Into the quarter by just over 22 minutes.
7 points in it, out of bounds on the full. Oh, shocker. There are other words, but you can't use them on air. I think Steve McCann knows what they are, and he knows what he's done.
Well, he's having a dirty night tonight,
yeah.
McCann. He's in trouble trying to mind Salmon, and that was a shocking kick in.
So Billy Duckworth suggesting perhaps that he should get over the fence and kick it. He's already kicked one into the square, or Madden took off the 4 nominations, has a snapshot, and I think a point is the end result if there's not a free kick before it. 1 behind. Essendon 6-11. North Melbourne 6-3. 8 points in it. And as you can see by the scoreboard, Essendon have done most of the attacking. North Melbourne's accuracy keeping them in it. McCann this time, much better kick. He has kicked out fairly well. That was the one blemish. Danaher at the back tries to fist it clear. Can't do so. Hawker dispossessed quickly. Hurd fumbles. Cracker. German. Hawker again. Long handball. Larkin on centre wing. Larkin's kick high. Not much distance in it. Walsh out of position there. It goes to foul to Hamilton. And Hamilton content to cut the ball out of bounds in front of Gary Folds. It will be a boundary throw at about 48 metres out from goal. Madden at the back, palms that one down, hits it straight to Larkin, almost a throw. Jonas for goal number 4, curling around, close, 1 point.
Golly, that was close, Pete.
It was a real banana ball.
I thought it might have squeezed in there from this angle here.
Well, it came around, and certainly when we saw it, it looked a goal, but obviously curled behind the post. So Folds to the outer side, almost a mark, knock on by Norman, picked up by Ryan. Baker, just about best on the ground, Leon Baker. The bounce favours Richardson, knocked away by Dwyer. And on centre wing on the outer side, there will be a boundary throw in at the 24.25 minute mark, second term.
And Dwyer's doing a pretty good job on Richardson tagging. He's only had about 5 or 6 touches for the game so far.
Dwyer himself up to left half forward. Simon Madden doesn't miss those. 50 metres out, fires it out to Elshaw. Elshaw well clear. Short pass, Dwyer again takes the mark, this time a little short of centre wing. He's got the hand pass into Steele. Up to half forward, and the mark is taken by Norman.
And Norman's out there at half forward, a good 70 metres out from goal. The kick is over the half forward line down to the pocket. Coming out as Joan, but there's Madden again. He was too confident about that. Cracker gets it out to his brother Phil. A left foot snap at goal. Will it come around? It might. Yes, it's a goal. Beautiful play on the part of the Crackers. That was radar there. 7 goals, 446 North Melbourne to Essendon's 6 goals, 11-47, a difference of a point. Well, that was great play, wasn't it, Pete?
You watch him again.
Off the pack it comes. Phil spots his brother, Jim spots his brother Phil, and that was a beautiful left foot snap by Phil Cracker.
They're a great player, the Crackers, we could say.
Certainly are. A delight to watch. Hurd's got the job of minding Jimmy Cracker there at centre field. Ball punched out by Lyle, knocked on again by Thompson. Over it goes to Hawker. He's clear. He runs, halts on his back a bit late. Duckworth couldn't grab that. We see Salmon grabbed by Law, but the umpire called play on. There's 2 speed merchants going for it now. That's Fairley and Merritt, but the ball is out of bounds on the Essendon half forward line, about 80 metres around from their goal. Into this quarter by 26 minutes, and it's only a point the difference. It's been a top game here tonight. We see Merritt and Lyle having a battle there, but the umpire will ball it up, and we're gradually creeping around towards the centre wing position. A good crowd here tonight, round about the 30,000 mark, I would say, Pete.
Yes, excellent crowd in the outer.
Certainly built up in the last 20 minutes or so. Bounce, Merritt against Lyle. Knocked out by Lyle. There's a chance now for Steele to get a hand pass over to Robertson. He scoops it up beautifully, goes for a hand pass back. But it was a bit, could have been a free kick. It might go to Larkin out there, is it?
Grab, we're not in possession.
Kicked by Larkin is over the half forward line. Ball knocked out again. We see Jonas at the back of the pack, but he's already kicked 3 goals. It's out of bounds right on the 50-metre mark for North Melbourne on their half forward line. Still a point the difference. Knocked out by Madden, who's doing a great job tonight. Been an outstanding play. Alshaw's grabbed. He loses the ball. So does Thompson. Thompson loses, but the umpire's going to ball it up. I think it might be a free kick. He was grabbed too high.
He's played well, Thompson,
yes,
too.
He's played a good game, and so has Baker. And Madden, there have been 3 good players. Madden got one hand to it. Dwyer tries to scoop it in, lost it. Backing up well as Nobby Clark. Over it goes to Rains. A short pass looking for Ezard, but this time Mackley's got him covered, and that was a good mark. He's had his hands full too with Ezard down there on the forward line. Now there we see a good mark taken by Holt. Holt's on the centre wing position. Still a point the difference as Holt drives the ball back over the centre half forward position. Ball pushed down again. Norman couldn't grab that. Baker gets a hand pass back to Elshaw. Gets away very quickly. Finally gets the kick up there towards centre half forward. The ball pushed out by Dwyer from Richie's at him pretty well covered. Bad hand pass from Law. It went over there to Hawker. Rains has got a chance, but Atkins got him covered. He picks up the ball beautifully and drives it out there. As he put it out of bounds, it'll bounce inside. Picked up now by, oh, there's nearly a free kick that time, but the umpire said no to Spargo as the ball comes back now to German. Grabs it, gets away from Baker, drives it long, looking down there. Oh, was that a push in the back to Ryan? But there's Cracker again. A long shot at goal by Jimmy Cracker. He's put it in through for a goal.
Brilliant.
Brilliant play, and North are in front, and this is the crowd going mad. So it's North Melbourne 8-4-52 to Western 6-11-47, and those Crackers dynamite.
Well, the Crackers have had a hand in the last 2 goals. The 2 brothers combined the previous one, which Phil kicked, and that was probably the better goal. It was an individual effort by Jim. Let's watch it in replay. Could have been a push in the back against Walsh to Ryan. Then we see German shoot the ball across from a different angle. That's it again. And here's Jimmy Cracker. Where did he come from? A long kick, 45 metres, and he put it through. Back into the centre. Baker again. In my opinion, best man on the ground. Up to Salmon. Can't take it. Ackley sharks it well to get it away from Ezard. There's the siren for half-time. We've got a ball game on our hands at the MCG. 29-12, the second quarter running, and at half-time, North Melbourne 8-4-52, Essendon 6-11-47.
You want to be a real footballer? I've been a real footballer. You've got to look like a real footballer. You've got to go for the mark, the VFL mark. Go for the mark. Go for the mark.
Go for the VFL mark at leading stores. Real footy gear, real footy accessories, real footy supporters gear too, in all club colours and badges. Go for the VFL mark at leading stores.
Second half of the match. Sevens big league special from the MCG. 5 points in favour of North Melbourne. 52 plays 47. Knocked away by Madden. Opportunity for Larkin to pick the ball up. Gathers it in cleanly. Pushed in the back, or was he caught? Loose ball picked up well by Law. Law to half forward. Knocked away by Folds. Walsh. High tackle. No, and no mark either, says the umpire. Just about thrown at to Phil Cracker, who has a shot at goal and has put it through for a goal. Well, a doubtful hand pass. We may be able to see it on replay, but Phil Cracker took it anyway and brought up his second goal, and North Melbourne go further ahead. Let's watch it in replay now.
But you can hold him down for some of the time, but not all of the time, Pete. He scouted out beautifully that goal, and they're dynamite, and no wonder he's got his hands up in the air in victory. Two of the most exciting players we've ever seen play league football, and that is saying a lot, Peter.
I know it is. 6-11 to 9-4 at the MCG. Phil Cracker, 2 goals, becomes North Melbourne's second leading goal kicker behind Peter Jonas, who has 3. Third quarter in progress, just past the 1 minute mark. Lyle in ruck against Madden. Madden, one of Essendon's better players so far, with Baker live underneath, wins that one. Chance for Elshaw to go through, went through without the ball, picked up by Robertson. Robertson out to the edge of the square, going through solidly was Steele. Atkins at right half forward flank, looks for the hand pass. Larkin again, should go long, shoots in the road. Walsh, good mark. Now Walsh in the last line of defence, he could have put that through. Larkin over the top, Holt can't mark it. Well tackled, seemingly dropped the ball. Hamilton, fine tackle. Hamilton with the free kick at right half back. Hurd lobs it long up towards centre wing. At the back, Madden rides the bump well, fires the hand pass out. Thompson, certainly in Essendon's best 3, he puts them into attack.
And it's over their half forward. Odd chance here now for Spencer. Oh, Range with a hand pass to Sam, and this looks dangerous, but he's up target. By golly, they're lucky he's not kicking straight tonight.
Spencer down.
Spencer down, he copped the heavy bump that time, but Salmon off target. He's had many opportunities. Looks as though he's hurt his arm too. That could be a collarbone job.
Forearm, it looks like.
Oh, I don't know. That's when you have the collarbone problem. You can't let the arm drop down.
He's coming off.
Ball back into play again. Oh, fumble that time out there by Nobby Clark. This allows Salmon to get it back to Range. Range with a long kick up there towards Merritt. But he's swamped. He couldn't get that one. Coming in to meet it now is Holt. Put off balance. Did he get it in the back? German again. Over it goes to Law, and North Melbourne looking good as they go back into attack. Salmon comes, not Salmon, Danaher, but Hamilton's grabbed. It's Cracker again. He's grabbed. It'll be holding the man to Phil Cracker. Yes. And they're looking mighty dangerous. Short pass, a good one. And there's the shot, a running shot at goal, but right across the face of goals. And that was German. So it's another point to North Melbourne. They're 9-5, 59 to Essendon 6-12. They're in plenty of trouble. 48.
So Spencer in trouble too, Lou, it looks like.
I think it might be the collarbone, because you do hold the elbow when it does happen, Pete. In front there is Lowell. Madden got under that, backing up beautifully that time at the centre wing position.
Free kick, Lou.
Has found a free kick. It'll go to Lyle against Madden, who, in my opinion, has been the best big man on the ground. But this fella's bounced back in this third quarter. Waiting now for Lyle to go for a short pass. It's dangerous, and it's a shock on mark there in defence at half-back, that time by Little Ezra. The Bombers trailing by 11 points. This is Steele picking the ball up there on the wing position. He drops it short. Larkins grabbed, he threw that away just about. Ezard gets a quick kick back to Ackley, fumbles the ball. It's on the boundary line, but he was grabbed when he didn't have it. Good decision by the umpire. And Ackley will take that free kick on the centre wing position for North Melbourne. Gets around his opponent pretty easy. That's a longer kick, and that's what North should be doing. Up there to their full forward position. Madden got one hand to it. Walsh couldn't get clear. Hurd with a hand pass to Danella. Fresh air shot. And that's jumping on top of it that time was Norman, but the umpire will ball it up.
So Spencer got injured.
It might be the elbow, Pete. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's certainly the arm, and he's in plenty of trouble. A ball up at the 50-metre mark in North Melbourne's attacking zone. Madden tapped the ball down. It's Thompson getting a hand pass back to Ezard. A quick one over now to Hawker, but he's in plenty of trouble. Down he goes, but a good hand pass. Out it comes to Clark. And back there to Duckworth. Duckworth kicks the ball long up to half forward. Merritt comes out, but Fairley's got him pretty well covered. It could have been a free kick behind play. It'll be downfield. Quick hand pass over there to German from Larkin. Umpire calling play, and as Holt goes after the ball now. Plenty of pressure, but it's out of bounds. So just over the 5-minute mark of the third quarter, and North Melbourne looking good. 9 goals, 5:59 to Essendon. 6 goals, 12:48. There we see Merritt's free kick. And
Boundary.
of course, downfield.
Boundary throw in on centre wing, knocked away by Lyle. Holt, Thompson, Baker. Baker's kick back to centre wing. Ezard doesn't get the best of bounces. Fairley tries to crash through, does so. Short pass over the boundary line in front of Larkin. Once again, a boundary throw in right in the middle of the interchange area, which is on centre wing. 59 plays 48, 11 points in favour of North Melbourne. Knocked away by Lyle. Second time does get it away from his opposition ruckman Madden. Picked up down there by Holt. Out of bounds on the full. Boundary umpire indicating where the free kick to be taken. And it goes to Nobby Clark. Clark from right half-back flank. It's the hand pass away to Hurd. The tag of Jimmy Cracker for the night. Richardson. Thompson. Danaher from half forward. Salmon leading out well from McCann, well within kicking distance. He's gone for a pass. It should be a goal. Ezard takes the mark.
Well, he won't drop him, Ezard. He's the safest mark around, Pete.
Yes, he should be able to put this one through, and a badly needed one for Essendon.
Well, he's crept right around, but the umpire will bring him square on there. He's got to come round a long way yet. Oh, God, I think he's let him up a bit too, Pete.
A little lenient, but nonetheless, it was a great mark. Deserves a goal. It's got one. Ezard puts it through for his first. Essendon come within 5 points. Sevens big league from the MCG. The scoreboard shows the Bombers 7-12, 54. North Melbourne 9-5, 59.
Well, Salmon certainly leading the count of merry dance, but who does Kennedy put onto him? Because he's a bit light on for big men. There's the pass right down his throat, but look how far McCann is away. He's given him a mile start. There's Ezard's mark. Little fella never misses it.
Sevens big league from the MCG. 7.5 minutes into the third quarter. 5 points the difference. It's been a crackerjack game of football so far. Lyle and Madden. Lyle doing a little bit better in this quarter. Good block by Hawker. Sees Baker get his umpteenth possession up towards right half forward, but it's picked up by Dwyer. Has to go underneath. Elshaw, short and high. Salmon won't drop this one. Salmon directly in front, has the chance to put Essendon in front. Thought about going for a short pass, then decides to go back because why shouldn't he? 30 metres from goal.
Well, you couldn't blame McCann for that one because that bad kick of Dwyer's put him out of position. He was backing him up, and of course Salmon was out there on his own, and it was just lobbed over him nicely. That's one time you couldn't blame McCann for that mark with Salmon that time, Pete. Salmon
for goal number 4. So Essendon coming out firing in the early part of the third quarter, directly in front at point-blank range. Goal umpire says it's full points. Essendon once again in front. 4 goals to Paul Salmon. The Bombers by 1 point.
Into the quarter by 8.5 minutes. That's the third. And Salmon, a very dangerous player down there today, or tonight. A point the difference in favour of the Bombers. And as Pete said, it's been a top-class game here tonight. And the crowd building up. It has built up since quarter time, and I would say it's well over the 30,000 mark. We had a bit of rain early, but it's pretty fine now, and we've seen a very high standard game. Full of tackles and plenty of tough play, but some brilliant football too. Knocked out by Lyle. It comes back in now, and they go back into attack as we see Norman send the ball down to that half-forward line. There's a chance now for the ball to be picked up by Spargo. Up it goes towards the full forward position. The ball punched out by Siegler. Walsh taps it on. Going after it is Foles, and it's out of bounds right in the forward pocket position for North Melbourne, about 15 metres around from their goal. Waiting now for the umpire to throw the ball back into play. Ball pushed out again. Well, I think that's Ryan down there, not Siegler. Ryan against Madden. trying to get the front posse. Well, he got the tap down. As a go now for Spargo, falls on top of the ball. Cracker gets it out to his... Oh, trying to find his brother Jimmy Phil, but it couldn't happen that time. It was Baker driving it out there, punched on again by Duckworth. Coming in to meet it is Dwyer, a hand pass out to Steele. Now there's a big chance here for North to go deep into attack. That's a shocking kick, but luckily for him it's picked up by German. A hand pass again to Ackley, in a bit of trouble. Another long one out to Spargo, but he's upended a good fair bump by Rains that time, and Ackley just absolutely threw that one away, and it'll be a free kick to Rains. Brilliant play on the part of Rains. Ball back out wide now. On his own is Thompson. Thompson quickly plays on. Duckworth has got this. He won't drop it. Beat Law that time, and he's got the kick well within distance. He'd be about 35 metres out from goal. A strong mark by Duckworth, but that all started that play from the great tackle or the great bump there by Rains and that long kick down the field. And that's his forte. It's the kick by Duckworth, and that's a ripper. It's a goal. And of course we see North Melbourne 9 goals 5-59 to Essendon 9 goals 12-66.
It's been all Essendon in this third quarter. Duckworth bringing up his second goal. And after a deficit of 5 points at half-time, the Bombers, it would appear, have regained their composure and now well on top of the Kangaroos. Duckworth putting through, as I said, his second. Salmon has 4. Sevens big league from the MCG. We approach the 11.5-minute mark of the third term, 59-66. The Bombers by 7 points and trailed by 5 at the interval. Madden and Lyle, won by Lyle. Hawker. Steele tried to get it to Holt. In the road is Danaher. He's not getting anywhere either. It will be a bounce still inside the centre square. Lyle and Madden, won by Lyle. Tried to get it to Holt. Crashes into Baker. Too high, says umpire Rowan Saws. Baker, Essendon's best player up to half-time. Ably assisted, of course, by number 27, Simon Madden, who was well on top in the ruck. Baker to right half-forward flank. Duckworth again, this time beaten for it by Law. Out of bounds. On centre wing, it will be a boundary throw-in. And Law not too happy with some treatment meted out to him there from Clark. That one a line ball picked up by Duckworth. Madden goes for the knock-on. That comes from Jonas and picked up by Robertson. Long kick around towards the left half-forward flank. It's going to beat Spargo and his opponent down there, Donnell, over the boundary line. And it will be thrown into play about 60 metres from the North Melbourne goal, who at the moment trail by 7 points. They've won 4 out of their last 5, though, North. Thompson, always in the middle of the pack. Hawker, playing well, in great form at the moment. Gets around Ackley. The pass is not a well-directed one. It's taken by Norman to Steele from half-back. Steele to centre wing. Looks for and finds Atkins. To get it moving a little bit quicker than that. Walsh has the sit at the back. Madden almost dragged in a sensational mark. Thompson in everything for Essendon. To Ezard, I could say the same about him. On to Walsh. Tries to spread eagle the pack. Does so. Not a long kick though. In the road, Richardson. McCann and Ackley. Rains has kept at bay. Onto centre wing. Steele out to Atkins again. North need a goal here. No, not a good hand pass. Out the German from his teammate down there. Might have been Norman. Donnell. Sensational high fly. Phil Cracker gets it onto Spargo. A point the difference.
That was great play on the part of Phil Cracker that time. Quick thinking, that's typical of their play. He had no hope of grabbing that and getting clear, so he tapped it nicely over to Spargo, who was sitting pretty there on his own, and popped it through for an easy goal. Watch it in action. There was a big bump. We've seen Norman go down.
Did well to get the handball out.
Comes back to the pack.
Watch Phil Cracker.
Knocked out by Jonas and tapped on beautifully over to Spargo. It was good play on the part of Jonas too.
Back into the centre, 14.5 minutes gone, third quarter, 1 point in it. A ripper game of football. Salmon having a run on the ruck, gets it to Duckworth.
And Duckworth sends the ball over the half-forward. Not a good kick. Madden goes after it. McCann's right on his tail, but he falls over. He's having a bad trot tonight. Running to an open goal. Madden, he's put it through. And we're seeing a brilliant game of football. That was great football on the part of Madden. He's the best big player on the ground. He's played well, but it's not a good night for McCann. 10-5, 65 North Melbourne to Essendon, 10-12, 72.
He's just been moved down there too, Lou.
Well, they moved him out from that position of full back because he was swamped by Salmon, but Madden showing a lot of paper. That's a bit of bad luck, McCann falling over. And, of course, number 27, Madden had no hesitation in pulling that through for an easy goal. Into the quarter by 15.5 minutes.
Free kick at centre field.
The difference 7 points. It'll go to Lyle at centre field, ready to send North Melbourne back into attack, but they've been bouncing back all night. Over the half-forward line, up to the 50-yard mark. Oh, there's a great mark by Walsh. Well, we've had players bobbing into the game all night. That was a fine mark as he kicks the ball wide. Looking there for Ezard. Off the top of the pack, Jonas shrugs his opponent off. A hand pass to German. He's grabbed, but he shrugged Ezard off as he goes for a short pass. It'll be okay, and there'll be a mark here. This will be Ryan to take the mark. He's about 45 metres in out from goal, just inside the 50-metre mark. Now, I don't know what sort of a kick this young fellow is. He's only a novice at the game, playing his 15th game tonight. If they want this one, they're trailing by 7 points. There she is on its way. But he's off target and it's through for 1 point. So it's a goal the difference. 66 plays 72 in favour of the Bombers. And as Pete said, we've seen a fantastic game here tonight. Been plenty of excitement, plenty of bumps and plenty of thrills and spills. That's Danaher flying. He couldn't get clear. It's Norman running around in circles. Drops the ball short, but it's a... Oh, there'll be a free kick against Cracker. Interference, 2 fouls. That was against Phil Cracker. All the way that time. And the free kick down there in the back pocket position. A goal the difference. Making good position. He's played a pretty good game tonight, this fellow Hawker, as he gets the ball over to Ezard. A kick over the half-forward line. Duckworth coming into position. In front. Couldn't hold the mark. He's going to pay it on the shoulder. Strong player, Duckworth. Got the ball out there on that half-forward line. Short pass. Getting into that was Richardson. A chance now for Steele to break clear. Got around Baker nicely. Gets a kick back towards the centre of the ground. Norman flying at the back. There's Cracker. That's Jimmy Cracker. Beautiful, magnificent play by Jimmy Cracker. And look at this for a pass over there to Larkin. About 55 metres out from goal on the half-forward line. Ryan making position. There's Phil Cracker going. He wanted him down. What a great mark. Got away from fouls. And he's got a chance now to level the scores because he's only about 15 metres out from goal, directly in front. And do these fellas turn it on for the crowd here at the MCG, Pete? They're a treat to watch, aren't they?
Certainly.
Look at that again. He's only about 5 foot nothing too, but he took it all over fouls that time. He was about twice as big as him. He's got it out there in front, about 15 metres out from goal, taking plenty of time. But if he's successful, the scores will be dead level. 72 points apiece. Let's see what Phil Cracker can do with this one. Walsh on the mark. Oh, has he put it through? Yes, sir. Scores dead level at the 8.5-minute mark of the third quarter. 11-6, 72 North Melbourne to Western, 10-12, 72.
3 goals to Phil Cracker. I think he almost got winded there after that mark. He certainly took plenty of time before he actually kicked the ball. He gets a nice old... well, landed rather heavily.
Fowles gave him a bit of a start then. That's fatal. There's another look at that mark. Eyes on the ball. An object lesson to any young kid that wants to be a champion, Pete.
Well, they're both champions. And the Cracker brothers, as Lou said, a great duo to watch. 19 minutes gone, third quarter, 72 points each. Knocked down by Salmon, as we said, having a stint in the ruck. Elshaw gets it out of the centre to half forward for Essendon. That should have been on the shoulder, surely to Dwyer or nose or wherever. And the free kick going North Melbourne's way. At Essendon player down, Billy Duckworth. Hand passes on, taken by Ackerley. Steele, right centre wing. Have to kick it now. Yeah, yes, Norman. Norman gets clear, shoots. It could be a score. Looks good. North by 6 points. Well, Steele showing plenty of pace on the outer wing. 12-6 to 10-12, 78 to 72 on Seven's big lead.
Well, the North players were pretty jubilant. What's that? A beautiful pass coming from Steele. Cracker could have easily marked that, but Norman, with plenty of confidence, didn't look like missing that. They rush up and all clap each other, but it's a long way from over yet because this Bomber mob will bounce back.
It's been nothing in it all night. North Melbourne now lead by 6 points. They led by 5 at half-time. Salmon. Picked up, though, for North Melbourne by Fairley.
Played very well down there against Merritt, Pete.
Knocked away by Folds. Oh, too high. Rains a free kick at left half-back flank.
No, he called play on. I reckon it was right, too, because he had him by the Guernsey.
The advantage rule. Baker to Izzard. Izzard will look for Madden. He's got 2 to beat, one of whom is McCann. It rebounds to Steele again, playing well. Gets clear of Duckworth. Out wide towards the centre wing position, and the mark taken in front of Izzard out there. That's by little Atkins. Atkins on right centre wing. Need to keep it moving quickly. Does so. In the middle is Ryan. At the back is Folds. Has to get by Phil Cracker. Does so. Out of bounds. Deliberate. Yes, it was. Free kick to Cracker. And Cracker's really showing it. Oh, Ryan fell over. He had his name on that one. Good tackle by Jimmy Cracker. Out it comes to Danaher. Essendon defending desperately. Danaher gets the Bombers clear. He's gone for a pass marked by Hawker.
Well, he's doing a great job tonight, Hawk. He's been everywhere. And he saved them many times down there in defence, playing as the loose man. The ball kicked back there towards the wing position. That's Merritt getting over the top of the pack. Kicks have been scarce for him tonight. He's done a couple of good things. A hand pass coming over now to Hawker again. Over to Elshaw. Elshaw with a long one back there to Baker. Baker's kick is well over the half-forward line, looking for Madden. McCann punched it out nicely this time. Over to Little Dwyer, a short pass, and Ackley's got the ball at half-back. A long hand pass, and Law, plenty of North Melbourne players breaking loose as Law drives it around towards Larkin. Clear. A quick hand pass comes over now to Ryan. Ryan with a short one and a good one. And it's marked here by Jonas, about 40 metres out from goal. He's already kicked 3 from a similar position just about,
that's right.
Pete. And let's see what the ex-South Australia can do with this one. Because he's been over here quite some time. I think he's a naturalised Victorian, Pete. Let's see what Jonas can do. Going for goal number 4. North Melbourne leading by 6 points at the moment. There she is, but he's off target that time, and it's through for 1 point. So it's 7 points the difference in favour of North Melbourne. Been a real seesaw job tonight. 12-7, 79. Richardson coming off the ground to Weston, 10-12, 72.
Well, good to see Spencer back on because he looked badly injured earlier.
Certainly did look as though he had an injured arm, but Richardson's been very quiet. Oh, golly, he was lucky to get away with that. Donnelly's gone for a pass. It's out there to Elshaw on his own in the back pocket. He better get rid of it pretty quickly because this North Melbourne's a pretty ferocious side when it comes to tackling. Off the top of the pack, backing up beautifully was Norman. Short pass to centre field. Steele goes for it, couldn't hold the mark. He taps it down, but there's Cracker. And that's Jimmy Cracker over to Norman again. A long kick over their half-forward line, right in front. Well, they all missed that. Welsh comes out of the pack, but he's grabbed by 3 over to Ackley. A snap at goal, and he's got it through the back pocket player. That's the difference now. North Melbourne looking good again. 13-7-85 to Weston, 10-12, 72 into this quarter by just on 23 and a half minutes.
Well, Ackley had come right down the field. It looks as though following Izzard. Let's see it in replay. Up high was Ryan. Nearly got the grab. Good tackle on Walsh. It rebounded to Ackley. And a pretty good snapshot. Doesn't get a chance to have many of them. And he put it through for his first goal of the night. 23 and a half minutes gone. Third quarter, 85-72. North Melbourne by 13, their biggest margin of the night. Salmon still in ruck, wins it, tries to find Thompson, can't do so. Picked up by Atkins. Ackley, who kicked the last goal. Well, who's got that one?
Hamilton.
A raffle. Hamilton. Hamilton from centre half back. Out to half forward. Mark Strong. Law. Oh no, it's a hospital one, that one. Thompson and German both misjudge it. German's quick to recover. He gets well blocked. Or well shepherded. Now he's got the hand pass on. Lyle gets it back to him. Should go long from there. He has done up towards half forward. Chance for the Kangaroos here. It's Spargo. Onto Larkin. Hawker's there. Shoots. Larkin does so. Goal! Larkin puts through another one, and North Melbourne having a purple patch. It's his second, and North Melbourne 14th. 14-7, 91 to 10-12, 72.
Well, they dragged that right from the outer side of the ground, as you can see there. And Spargo dropped that one, but it was a difficult mark, but he recovered well. Quick thinking, and what's the beautiful play there by Larkin? He's a magnificent player, a lot of class.
Well, a class player, Larkin, yes, and it was unfortunate that he missed the early part of the season. He was my pre-season favourite in the Brownlow medal, but he's playing Brownlow medal form tonight as we enter the time-on period. Over the top from Clark. Knock away by Holt, couldn't get it very far. Oh, Elshaw should have got a free kick.
He did.
The advantage well played. Here's a chance for Duckworth to put through another one. He will from there, surely. Yes, Billy Duckworth has done it and keeps Essendon in the game. And Duckworth making it goal number 3. What a game of football. 14-7, 91 to 11-12, 78.
Just on the 25.5-minute mark, we see Elshaw. There's no doubt about that free kick against Law. Fooley's play, and of course the umpire playing the advantage rule. And Duckworth had an open slat at that time to kick an easy goal. So the difference now is 13 points as we approach the 26-minute mark. Centre bounce again. 13 points the difference in favour of North Melbourne. Knocked out by Lyle. Going through is Danaher, but he copped a heavy bump that time. Hawker can't pick it up. They're all having a dip now, and the umpire will ball it up once again at centre field. But it's been a top-class game here tonight. And no one can get that break to win the game. It's been tough, but it's been fair and it's been good. 13 points the difference. Lyle again got the tap down. Dunnell with a quick kick back towards centre half forward Ezard, but he beat Ackley that time. He's hard to get away from this little fellow as he sends the ball over the half forward line. Salmon, one hand to it, couldn't hold it. Backing out well as Dwyer's gone for the boundary line. He's put it out of bounds. Oh, he's made a couple. He's done some great jobs down there, but he kicked badly tonight, Peter.
He has.
Made a couple of shocking mistakes, young Dwyer, and he's got a lot of talent. A big kick down there when you're in defence to get the ball away from the danger zone. There's a chance now for a score here. Ackley's right on the 50-yard mark. Not Ackley, Elshaw, I should say. Pack fly, no one can take that. They all went up, those Essendon players. Staying down was Ackley. The ball goes over to Atkins now, a long kick out towards the wing position. Phil Cracker coming after it. He'll get Foles away. He'll leave Foles for dead here. Watch this. He's grabbed. He gets a hand pass back. Brilliant play. And North Melbourne are clear. We see German breaking clear now. He's looking for a lead. Can't find anybody as he sends it down towards the full forward position. And there's a good mark in defence by Hamilton. Showing a bit of confidence here. Going for a bounce, this young fellow, as he kicks the ball back towards the wing position. Punched out by Steele. Picked up by Elshaw again. Over it goes to Baker. Back to Elshaw at centre field. Scoots around German. He's at centre field now. The ball back over the centre half forward position. Hazard at the back. Couldn't hold that one. We see Dwyer running. Tapped away by Law over towards McCann. Is that deliberately out? I think it might be. No, the umpire gave him the benefit of the doubt then, and the ball is out of bounds on Essendon's half forward line on the 50-metre mark. There's the play by Phil. There's someone threw a beer can over there. Aren't they foolish?
Road Scogger.
Bit of fumbling going on by both sides. It's fairly coming out of the pack. He's played well at centre half back. We see there'll be a free kick to Danaher. He was grabbed when he didn't have the ball against Norman. And the free kick will go out there at centre field. Over 28 minutes gone of this third quarter. And it's still 91 plays 78 in favour of North Melbourne.
Well, Essendon remaining cool in the crisis, though. North Melbourne has provided some excellent entertainment night games here. They lost to Hawthorn by 3 points in a game that many thought they could have and maybe should have won.
Great mark to Salmon then, Pete. Strong mark.
Yes, he had the height to outmark the rest of the pack there. Good grab.
Well, they all had to go to knock it away. They didn't have the strength to do it. He was towered over the top of him.
He towers over the top of anybody. Paul Salmon for goal number 5, and they'll make it interesting here because we're 29 minutes into the term. North Melbourne lead by 13. If he can kick this, it'll make it 7 points. He's 50 metres out. He'll kick right on the line. That's a pretty good sort of a kick, Paul Salmon. 7 points the difference at the MCG. What a goal. 5 to Salmon, the leading goal kicker in the match. Duckworth has 3 for Essendon. Jonas and Phil Cracker, 3 for North Melbourne. 91 plays 84, 7's big lead.
Watch that mark again. There were 2 of them having a go at him. He was too strong and too tall, and that was a great mark and a beautiful kick by Sam. That's his 5th goal for the match.
53 marks to 40 in favour of Essendon tonight, and that was certainly one of the better of them. Salmon back at full forward, has kicked 5. 29 3/4 minutes into the term, a difference of 7 points. Ryan and Madden, won by Madden, knocked away by Shane Hurd, picked up by Baker. Duckworth crashes his way through. Ackley, Madden, beautiful hand pass to Rains, a goal will make it a point. Point the difference. Great football, Essendon. They're a champion team, make no mistake about that. 91 to 90, 14-7 to 13-12.
Played a very solid game tonight, Rains, too. He's bobbed in with some brilliant football. Going past nicely, anticipating that steady, and it scraped in, and he said, well done to himself, and he certainly deserved a goal there.
And they can throw it, being evicted, and that's good to see. Should be more of it. 30.5 minutes into the third quarter. What a quarter of football. Only a point in it in favour of North Melbourne.
Well, neither side can get the break to win this game. There it's pushed out now by Larkin. A hand pass coming over now to German at half forward. He'll give it to Jimmy Cracker. He picks it up beautifully at the 50-yard mark. The kick at goal, but he's off target, and it's through for a point. They're running hot now, the Crackers, and both sides have got good players here tonight. 92 plays 90. Both sides have put up a real fighting effort. It's desperate football. It's been tough, but it's been fair, and it's been great to watch. This crowd are on their toes all night. There we see Foles give a hand pass back to Elshaw. Cracker on his tail. Over it goes to Nobby Clark. I think Jimmy gave him one to go as he went past too. So the ball is out of bounds about 40 metres around from the North Melbourne goal there. 2 points in front as we wait now for the ball to come back into play. Ryan against Madden. Well, actually, Ryan got that down. Walsh couldn't pick it up. There's a fumble going there. Hamilton's there too. And the umpire will ball it up. This time it's only about 30 metres out from the North Melbourne goal. The siren due to go because we're just on the 32-minute mark of this third quarter. And what a quarter it's been. Looked as though North were going to go away because they led by 3 goals, but it's only 2 points the difference now. Elshaw takes up the pack. Cracker goes after it. He kicked it off the ground right in the hands of Thompson. Back it goes now. There we see Lyle. He couldn't hold that range. Brilliant football. Got away from Fairley. Sent it out wide. And the umpire, that's half a three-quarter time, I should say. We're pretty wrapped in this game as Kennedy goes down to talk to his players. 14-8-92 North Melbourne to Western 13-12-90.
Final quarter. MCG on Sevens Big League. 2 points the difference in favour of North Melbourne. They led by 5 at half-time, but at one stage during the third quarter held an advantage of 19 points. Knocked away by Walsh. Chance for the Kangaroos, picked up by Norman. Norman's gone for a pass, and that's effective. The mark taken by Peter German. And German, 50 metres out from goal, has a chance to put the Kangaroos further ahead. 11 kicks and 8 handballs to German. Been a fine player tonight. That's going pretty close. Will it have the distance? Has it got the legs? The goal umpire says yes, it has. Great start for North Melbourne. 35 seconds into the term. They lead by 8 points.
That's so important, that goal, straight after that bounce at three-quarter time. Watch that kick from 50 metres out. And it went through, and Madden just about got there, but couldn't reach it, misjudged it. And that's given them a good start for the quarter, Pete.
Couldn't have started better. That was just what John Kennedy and the Kangaroos wanted. With Peter German putting through his first goal, couldn't have come at a better time. 8 points in favour of the Kangaroos. It's been a scintillating clash. Crowd of over 30,000 at the MCG tonight too to see it. Knocked away for North Melbourne out of the hands of Atkins. Now a chance for once again German to pick it up. German onto the left foot, down to right half forward flank. Hurd, I would have thought almost got a free kick there. He's gone for a hand pass to Clark, picked up by Rains. Rains has kicked long and high. Back to the centre circle, Lyle in front, Madden, almost a grab, Hawker. He's been a brilliant player tonight, Hawker. Can't take that one though. Atkins takes the hand pass, gets it back to Spargo. High ball up to half forward. Robertson, has he got it? Nearly. Can he get clear? Turns brilliantly in front of Clark. He's put it high. Some tall North Melbourne timber needed down there. Walsh, a good mark.
That was a good mark, Pete.
Started to come into his own in the third quarter, just when Essendon needed him. He's been a great contributor tonight, but it was a good mark. Knocked away by Lyle. Knock on by Atkins into the open spaces at the right half forward flank. The ball out of bounds at the 2-minute mark.
8 points the difference in favour of North Melbourne. North Melbourne getting a goal within 35 seconds of that bounce at the start of this last quarter, and that was a very handy one indeed. But it's been a crackerjack game tonight. There we see Thompson falling on top of the ball, went the punch, but the umpire will ball it up right on North Melbourne's 50-metre mark on their half-forward line. Well, neither side can get a break. I think North Melbourne had the biggest break of the night, 19 points, but Essendon soon pulled that back to size, and the umpire will ball it up again. This time it's about 60 metres out from the North Melbourne goal. But there's been plenty of hard bumping, plenty of thrills and spills, but it's been a very fair game. And it's been a high-class game. Waiting now for Madden to do battle here with Ryan. Ryan grabbed that one, tried to get a kick in the pack. It was taken off his boot by Walsh. Over it goes to Baker. It's been a fine player. Punched it away by Fairley. Done a great job at centre-half back. It's Ezard sending the Bombers back into attack. There's a go now for Nobby Clark to drive it up there to Salmon. No, Spencer, I should say. Overruns the ball coming. Oh, great play by little Dwyer. Gets a hand pass back to McCann, but he can't pick it up. He can't do a thing right tonight, Stephen McCann. He's made a lot of mistakes, but he's played well this year, so I suppose he's entitled to a one-off game, Pete.
Well, I don't know that he really wanted to pick it up. I think he was content to run it out.
Well, I would have picked it up in any case. Oh, there's nearly a free kick. It finally comes out now to Larkin. A short pass to German, who's been a fine player too, and he's got the mark out there at half-back into the quarter by just on 4 minutes.
Light rain still falling.
Ball pushed back now, punched on by Steele. Trying to pick it up, they're all having a go. Baker's grabbed, got his boot to it, comes back to Steele, scooped it in beautifully. The kick smothered again. Out it comes. There's Law playing strong football. He was stripped going through the pack, but the umpire said it's out of bounds, and it's just about on the centre wing position. North Melbourne 15-8-98 to Essendon 13-12-90. The ball back into play again. Oh, snatched off the pack beautifully by German. Over the up towards the half-forward line, coming out to meet it is Cracker. And that is Jimmy Cracker there, and the ball is out of bounds up towards North Melbourne's half-forward line. 4.5 minutes gone of this last quarter, and North Melbourne hanging on there by 8 points.
And that rain just getting a little bit heavier. Lyle hits it straight to Danaher, who was well tackled, nearly through it. Atkins gets tackled by 2, make it 3. Onto Jimmy Cracker, up towards Walsh and Ryan. Phil Cracker tries to get clear. Around 1, around 2. Brilliantly done, Cracker! Has he picked it off with a goal? Oh, brilliant stuff! 4 goals to Phil Cracker, and that was the goal of the night. 14 points, North Melbourne lead.
You watch the way he mesmerises these Essendon players. Kicked up there by his brother Phil, knocked out that time by Ryan. Now he balked. I don't know where they're going. A quick left foot snap at goal and put it through, and no wonder he's elated.
4 goals for Phil Cracker. The Cracker brothers in great touch again tonight, particularly Phil. North Melbourne by 14 points. They led by 19 early in the third quarter, but Essendon pegged them back. Knocked down by Lyle. A knock on up the half-forward. Is that a mark? No, I didn't think so. The umpire logically didn't play it. German takes the hand pass. He's got it back to Larkin. Larkin 50 metres out. Fires. Close. A goal, I think. It is. North Melbourne lead by 20 points, and that is the biggest lead of the night now. 110-90 on 7's big lead.
Well, they've put the Bombers in the hot spot now. As Pete said, that's the biggest lead for the night. Bit of bad luck that time for Hamilton. A quick hand pass coming over. And we see the ball driven up there by Larkin. A long shot at goal and just squeezed in, but that's enough. And that's given them a 20-point lead. The biggest margin of the night. He's been a fine player tonight, Larkin. And he's really coming back to top form. Centre bounce again. North Melbourne in front by 20 points. Will the mighty Bombers go down again? As Merritt gives it over there to Elshaw. Up there it goes wide, but the umpire's found a free kick. I think he might have thrown it.
I didn't notice a throw.
Well, I don't know, but Merritt having a talk to the umpire, I think he indicated that was thrown. And of course, Fairley, who's done a great job at centre half back on Merritt. He hasn't had that many kicks himself, but he stopped the big Bomber from taking over in that position. Ball pushed out by Ryan. Don't duck your head, Baker. And of course, the umpire said hold the ball against him. And it'll go to Jimmy Cracker. And they've really come into this game since about halfway through the second quarter. There it is over to Phil. He's got it. That one in the back could get a 15-metre penalty. Yes, he has. This brings him over the 50-metre mark, about 40 metres out from goal. And he can easily pop his 6 goals through. And if he gets this one, the Bombers are in a lot of trouble.
Actually, the Crackers started to come into it in the time-on period of that second term. They kicked a couple of goals, or had a hand in a couple, in the last 5 minutes of the quarter, and they've been brilliant.
Well, they've been sensational. They play by radar, these two guys, and As we've said many times, I don't think I've seen two more exciting players in all the time that I've been following or playing football.
He's kicked 4, Phil Cracker.
And that's a big statement to make when you think of the Jesolinkos, the Baldocs and the Stewarts and all these, the Barassis and the Whittons and all those great players. There's Cracker now. That's Phil having a shot at goal. It'll be okay. That's goal number 6. And that makes the difference. 26 points the difference now in favour of North Melbourne. And they've got a big grip on the game. 18 goals, 8, 116 North Melbourne to Essendon 13, 12, 90.
So Phil Cracker putting through goal number 5.
5, is it? I thought it was 6 points.
And they're pretty happy. Great effort. There they are, Jimmy and Phil. 8 and a quarter minutes gone. Final quarter. North Melbourne lead. The biggest lead they've had tonight. Larkin. Law. That was almost a throw. Long ball. Knocked away by Gary Folds. Can he get clear? Almost gave it to Jimmy. Out it goes to Danaher. Tried to sucker it off the ground. The Essendon skipper can't get the hand pass out. And umpire Rowan Saws will ball it up at the 50-metre mark.
The Bomber defence getting a touch of the Staggers at the moment too, Pete. Pretty evident there.
26 points the difference. 18-8. Great kicking by North Melbourne. Madden has played a lone hand in the ruck for it. Oh, that was Salmon. But Madden really has played well tonight. Had a stint at full forward as well. Thompson played well, particularly in the first half. Now it's back to Fairley, and I must echo Lou's thoughts on him. He has played very well tonight. Salmon again. Over to Rains, in trouble. Great tackle from Cracker. Back to Salmon. Kick smothered. Phil Burrows in there again. Picked up by Hamilton. Hamilton's kick back to where Spargo should have marked it. Could have almost been given a free kick there. Hawker grabs him well, not holding the ball.
Could have been a bit lucky, North Melbourne. Things are falling into place for them, Pete, I'll say that.
Well, there was a free earlier. He let it go, and then he could have been penalised for holding it, so perhaps fair enough.
Well, Sheedy's got Salmon down there in defence. That's how desperate they are now. That's Lyle coming out of the pack with the ball, but he can't make any progress. Rains goes down. The umpire will ball it up again at centre-half forward for North Melbourne. But they're 26 points in front, 116 plays, 90. Into the quarter now by just on 10 minutes, or 9.5 minutes gone. Phil Cracker's kicked 5 goals. Salmon's has done likewise as Rains get the ball out now. It's smothered by Law. He can't get clear. Now it's Hawker's turn, but they swamp him there. He can't get out. Neither can Lyle. Little Robertson's collared, and the umpire will ball it up again around about the centre field area. Been a great game, Pete.
Certainly has, one of the best we've seen this year. Ball up at centre field. Lyle, 20-metre punch, but intercepting is Danaher. Equally long hand pass to Hawker. Certainly one of Essendon's best. Great tackle, Spargo. Out to Robertson on centre wing. In pursuit, Elshaw. He's gone long towards the boundary line. It beats Steele. And a boundary throw-in will take place on centre wing. Excellent crowd tonight. It wasn't huge when the game began, but halfway through the first quarter, they really streamed in, and in excess of 30,000 here. Merritt and Lyle, won by Merritt. Slipping over as Fairley. One of the few mistakes he's made tonight. Picked up by Steele. That kick is very close to the boundary line. Danaher goes the fist. It comes down to Robertson again. Spargo doesn't fumble this time. Spargo from left half forward. 55 metres out. Long shot. Phil Cracker there. Goal! Full points. North Melbourne alive at the MCG. That was a long kick. 19-8 to 13-12. 122 plays 90.
Good play on the part of Phil Cracker. And of course, Spargo right there on the boundary line. He was past the 50-metre mark, so that was over 50 metres. And you watch Phil Cracker hold back Donnell and let it go through for a goal. They're alight now, North Melbourne, Pete.
32 points the difference. That's the biggest margin either side has enjoyed. 19-8 to 13-12. That was Spargo's second goal as we approach the 12-minute mark of the quarter. Essendon into attack. They'll need to do something quickly. Richardson gets it out to Thompson. Up to Madden at full forward. He was held by McCann. Opportunity for Duckworth. He's kicked a couple tonight already. Here's a goal to Spencer. And that's a badly needed one to Essendon at the 12-minute mark. Spencer puts it through for his first goal. Essendon's 14th. 19-8 to 14-12. And that's Essendon's first score of the term.
Watch that again. Really a free kick going over there to Madden, but backing up well as Duckworth. Spotted Spencer and an easy goal. So just over the 12-minute mark of this last quarter. And Essendon trailing by 26 points. They're not out of it by a long shot. We know their fighting spirit. And let's hope they can bounce back. They've got Salmon in the ruck now. Madden down there at full forward. Of course, Salmon's already kicked 5 goals in that position. Knocked out by Salmon. Knocked on by Jimmy Cracker. The umpire's found a free kick. It'll go to Jimmy Cracker. Got one too high. And the Crackers have been sensational since just before half-time. Over it goes now to Ackley, goes for a long pass, looking for Norman, got under that one. Ryan went down too. There's Phil Cracker on the boundary line. Look at him scoot. He'll get away here from Donnell. Left him for dead. Beautiful play. As there's a running shot at goal. He might have got this one. A goal. What a goal. What he's down too. Let's hope he's on. No, he'll be okay. Oh, what a goal. 20 goals, 128. North Melbourne to Essendon 14-12, 96. What a goal that was. He's giving the thumbs up sign. Look at him balk him here. Down goes Donnell. He couldn't keep up with him, and a left foot snap right on the boundary line from about 50 metres out, and it never looked in doubt.
Probably would have got another kick, Lou, would he?
I don't know, Pete, but he's down, but he's up okay now. Watch him go again. The balk. Beautiful blind turn that time from Phil Cracker, and that's goal number 6. And they go back into attack through Law over their centre-half forward position. Ball knocked away from Ryan. Coming through that time was German. Couldn't get clear. Beautiful spin out by Rains. He tapped the ball on Millia's throat. Going after it now is Larkin. This looks dangerous.
Oh!
Well intercepted by Spargo. Stopped Walsh. He copped one. Over it goes now to Jonas. But he's missed it. It was a pretty tough one from Walsh. But we saw Spargo do the right thing trying to block him. But that's all Walsh could do. 129 plays, 96. And the Bombers really in trouble as we approach the 14.5-minute mark of this last quarter. It's been a brilliant game of football, and this big crowd here tonight would enjoy every moment of it, I would say, Pete.
Oh, I wouldn't write Essendon off yet. Donnell out towards Danaher, but they'll have to lift their game. Hamilton, good tackle, Dwyer. Danaher. Baker. Richardson. Baker again. Looks for a hand pass. Foot pass out towards left centre wing for Essendon. Rains doing battle out there, pushes his opponent out in the back, and that's Larkin. And it will be a free kick for that offence.
The longer the game goes, the better this fella's got tonight, Pete. He's a brilliant player.
He is. Larkin from right centre wing for North Melbourne. At the back as Walsh punches that one down well. And it's going to be out of bounds at the right half forward flank, about 80 metres from goal. North Melbourne in attack, 15.25 minutes into the final term, knocked away by Paul Salmon. Atkins fumbles, and after some good hip and shoulder work there, and once more out of bounds. Still right half forward flank, perhaps a little bit further around from the scoring area. Over the top, Jonas. German grabbed and dropped it. Must be a free kick to Essendon. The recipient will be Elshaw at left half-back flank. Elshaw takes off pretty expeditiously. Over it goes to Shane Hurd. Hurd from left half-back flank. Chips it in short. Looking for the skipper. Danaher couldn't take the mark. Spencer fires out a long handball. Up to Richardson. Collects steal, or was it vice versa? They both let go one. Ball paddled further forward from Merritt. Merritt looks for little Ezard. Ezard 50 metres out. Steadies and fires. They need a goal badly. Essendon, it's not bad. I think it's there. He's put it through. So the Bombers come back again. Alan Ezard putting through his second goal. It's Essendon's 15th. 27 points the difference.
It was good play on the part of Merritt. Spotted Ezard. Ball pushed out. Watch Merritt. Ezard, and you give him a break, and he doesn't let you down. He's steady. That's the way to have a shot at goal, and it's through for full points, and the difference now 27 points.
12 kicks and 7 handballs for Alan Ezard.
Just over the 16-minute mark, it'll be a free kick to North Melbourne. To take the free kick will be Lyle at centre field. Goes out wide. It could be dangerous. No, it's okay, and Atkins has got the mark in front of Rains out there on the centre wing position. 27 points the difference. And the ball over the centre-half forward position. The pack fire. That's Salmon at the back of the pack. Donnell trying to thread his way through. Over to Hamilton. Fumble. Back to Robertson. Back it goes towards full forward. The ball punched away. Hamilton lost sight of it. Back to German. A snap at goal. This will be good. It's another goal to North Melbourne, and they're 33 points in front of game. And I would say it's nearly goodbye to North Melbourne because they got their answer all the time. 21 goals made, 135 North Melbourne to Essendon 15-12, 102.
33 points. North Melbourne really had their kicking boots on at the moment. Robertson's kick was high. Knocked away by Foulds. Hamilton couldn't quite gain it. German did. And German was able to put it through for his second goal. Sevens big league from the MCG. 33 points in favour of the Kangaroos. Jonas.
And we're just on the 18-minute mark as North Melbourne go back into attack through Jonas. Over the head is a chance now for Phil Cracker. Donnell's beating this time, but he won't give in. He's grabbed him. It's over now to Walsh. Walsh on the boundary line. Gets his kick back. And the ball marked out there by Hawker on the centre wing position. Actually, he's down there at half back. North Melbourne in front by 33 points. 135 plays, 102. There's Richardson, but Lyle's one on his back. He could get a 15-metre penalty against him. He does. And this brings Richardson well over the half-forward line, about 70 metres out from goal. Well, he's been on and off the game, but on the ground, but he hasn't been a very effective player. Fairley and McCann, he's got it. No, he's coming good when they need him now because he's been in the hot seat all night minding Salmon because he kicked 5 goals on him. But he's coming back now. That was a great save. Back it goes to Dwyer. In front there is Lyle. Couldn't hold the mark, but he's got it under control. He got one in the back and the ball is out of bounds. It's out there on that half-forward line for Essendon, but it's a long way around from their goals, and they still trail by 33 points. The ball comes back into play. Knocked out by Lyle again. Bit of a scrimmage developing in there, and the umpire will ball it up, still on that half-forward flank position for Essendon. This has been a brilliant quarter by North Melbourne. They've been full of running and showing plenty of aggression. Of course, the Bombers are really in trouble. Knocked out by Salmon in the ruck, kicked off the ground by Robertson. Hurd goes in, tries to get it out, and misfire. That time is picked up by Ackley, and Ackley boots it well over the half-forward line. Coming out to get it that time was Siegler, couldn't hold it, but he's backed up well by Spargo. Breaks clear, runs a circle, a hand pass coming over to German, a fumble, topped the bump from Hamilton, but still taps the ball out. Kicked off now, it's grabbed by Larkin. How was that for a brilliant play? Over to German again. A left foot snap towards the goals. Donnell goes after it. Tracker could get a goal. No, he missed it. It went through for a point. So the difference now 34 points. 21-9, 136 North Melbourne to Western, 15-12, 102.
20 minutes gone in the last quarter. Madden. Certainly been the best big man on the ground. Madden's kick back towards centre field. Hawker, the flyer at the back, gathers it in well, turns on the accelerator down to Baker. Baker to Ezard for goal number 3. Can he keep going? They need one here badly. Essendon. Ezard's shot is, I think, okay. Yes, it is. But Sir Alan Ezard making it goal number 3. Essendon not giving in by any stretch of the imagination. 21-10 to 16-12. 21 minutes gone, though. Time may beat them. And this little guy really is fast. He can take a mark, a top rover. Hard to understand how he didn't play over in Adelaide. 3 goals to Ezard, 5 to Salmon, 3 to Duckworth, the leading contributors for Essendon. Sevens big league from the MCG as we approach the 21-minute mark of the final term. Knocked away by Madden, onto Baker. Baker to half forward, a mark though taken by Law in front of Duckworth. John Law from centre half back. Towards right half forward. Down to Rains from Foulds. Rains' kick up towards the half-forward line again. Ackley and Ezard almost spooned out of the pack. Duckworth can't get boot the ball quick enough. Down it goes to Baker. Baker does. Up the full forward. Ezard loves a mark. He could have almost played on there too. So this game's not over yet.
It was a gutsy mark too, but by golly, he doesn't drop many, this little fella, does he, Pete?
He really likes a grab. Alan Ezard for goal number 3, the second this quarter, and the second within about a minute and a half.
To make it 22 points the difference.
If he kicks it, it's going close. I think he squeezed it in, he has. Ezard 4 goals, and as Lou said, 22 points the difference. What a game of football on Sevens Big League, 136 to 114.
And we're right on the 22-minute mark. I reckon this quarter will go about 32. There we see the mark coming from up Baker's boot down there to Ezard. This is a gutsy mark.
North Melbourne wouldn't want to think they've got it won, Lou.
Another angle of the mark. Eyes on the ball. Back in the centre again. We're just over the 22-minute mark.
136 to 114. That was Alan Ezard's fourth goal.
And there'd be about 9 minutes to go as we see the Bombers go back into attack. They're trailing by 22 points. There's Ezard again. He's got another one. Is he going to win this off his own boot? He kicks this. The difference will be, 16 points. And that'll give them a real chance. What's that mark? He doesn't, I said before, he never drops them. That was a great mark by the little rover, going for goal number 5. And he's only about 30 metres out. And he's popped it through. He doesn't miss them. So it's 16 points the difference, and the Bombers back with a chance again. You wouldn't have given 2 bob for their chance about 5 minutes ago when they trailed by 38 points. 21 goals, 10. 136 North Melbourne. 18-12, 120. There's that mark again. You watch the style of this little fellow. Never loses sight of it. A great sliding mark. Back in the centre again. 23, just on 23 and a half minutes gone of the last quarter, and it's 16 points the difference. Knocked out by Madden. Umpire said play. I thought could have given a free cracker. Can't get clear. He was stripped. The umpire called play on again. Lyle tries to knock it out. Richardson runs into a brick wall. There still goes after. He's got a push on the back. There's a chance again. It's out wide. Baker will get it. And he's well within kicking distance. He's only about 35 metres out. Well, this will make it 10 points. And this fella's been a great player tonight. He's had, 31 possessions so far.
I thought he was best on the ground in the first half.
Well, he still played well. He and Hawker have been at it, even though they looked in a helpless position. Essendon was shot at goal. Oh, they can breathe a sigh of relief, North Melbourne fans, because that's through for a point. And the difference now 15 points. 136 plays, 121. At the 24-minute mark, I reckon about 7 minutes to go. Ball back into play again, up the top of the pack. Hand pass from Larkin. The ball kicked back there by German along the boundary line, and it's out of bounds.
That point, incidentally, Lou, was only Essendon's second since half-time.
Well, they've been on the ball, but we've seen a determined effort here by North Melbourne too. I think the rain may have helped them a bit because it certainly retarded the marking of this big side of Essendon's. Knocked out by Madden. Cracker goes after it. They can't get clear. Now he's clear as he kicks the ball over the half-forward line. Oh, great mark to Ryan. And Ryan's got the mark at half-forward. They need these marks now. They've got to go forward. There's a short pass coming up. And Larkin's got it right on the 50-metre mark. I think it may be a bit too far. They're winning by 15 points at the moment. But the Bombers still in this game with a big chance. Waiting now for Larkin's kick. He kicked one from here about 10 minutes ago. I don't think he'll make the distance. He falls short. The pack fly. It hits the deck. Going after it now as Robertson couldn't pick it up in time. But it's deep in North Melbourne's attacking zone, right against their point post. They're in front by 15 points. 25 and a half minutes gone. Grabbed there by Siegler. Couldn't get the kick. Robertson there. Elshaw's trying to get it out. And once again, the umpire will ball it up. But this will suit North Melbourne because it's time is passing on for them. And they're in front by 15 points. Madden's got a chance. Siegler got the tap down. Welsh tries to get it. Just about threw that one out to Elshaw. Got it clear. Coming back there to Lyle. Jonas couldn't hold the mark. He juggled it, smothered the ball. Good play by Jonas. Out it comes now to Larkin. Balks gets around 2 of them. A hand pass to Dwyer. He wasn't looking. In goes Ackley to try and save the day there, and the umpire will ball it up. That was quick play on the part of Larkin, but young Dwyer had his back to him and didn't spot it coming out. Could have got clear. About 60 metres out from the North Melbourne goal. They're hanging on there by 15 points, and the Bombers coming at them like a bull at a gate.
Bounce right half forward for North Melbourne, knocked down by Lyle. Richardson couldn't get a kick in. That was almost in the back to Rains, picked up by Foulds. Well, once again, we're going to see a bounce. 26 and a half minutes gone. We'll see at least 6 minutes of time on. So that means we've got about 4.5 minutes to play. A bounce, still right half forward flank for North Melbourne. Ryan and Madden, knocked away by Ryan, taken by Ackley, with Steele now minding Ezard. Elshaw's kick. Lyle has to get rid of it quickly. Baker's right behind him. Up to the forward pocket. Now a chance for the Kangaroos, but Big Siegler just can't gather it in. And it will be a boundary throw in North Melbourne's right forward pocket, but this is suiting them because the clock's gone to the 27-minute mark. They lead by 15. Siegler and Madden. Over the top was Ryan, down to German. Can he squeeze that one in? He has! That should be the sealer. Now hit the post! Oh, goodness me. Goodness me.
I think the crowd thought it was a goal too, Pete.
Let's take a look at it again. I didn't see it hit the post.
Yes, just grazed it. What's that?
Oh, another coat
Up
of
she
paint.
goes, up the top of the post, or halfway up there.
Ball back into play. It's out to the centre wing position. Hawker and Spargo. Spargo looking for a free kick for holding the man. Dwyer will dive on top of this one and almost got one in the back. Could have almost been penalised likewise for holding the ball. And so a bounce on centre wing. Just in Essendon's attacking zone. 16 points the difference. Time on being played. Knocked away by Duckworth. Who's going to get this one out? Hawker trying valiantly to get into the open spaces, but can't do so. And it will be a bounce at Essendon's right half forward flank. 28 minutes gone. Well, what a thriller this has been. From start to finish, North Melbourne looked home and hosed at the 10-minute mark of this quarter. Essendon, predictably almost, came back. And swing into attack again up towards their forward pocket. Steele knocks it away from Izzard. Picked up by Fairley. He's been an excellent player down there. Fairley's kick is a short run, marked by Dwyer, and he gets North out of danger.
Now it's back out there to Madden. He's got the ball ready to send them back into attack from that wing position over their half-forward line. Duckworth there. McCann comes at the back. A mighty punch. There's a go now for the ball to be pushed on by her, but it's picked up now by Ryan over the North Melbourne half-forward. There's a race for the ball now. He went down. There's a chance for Big Siegel to pick this up. Can he pick it up? He fires. He's too slow. They grabbed him. Well tackled that time by Danaher, but he couldn't pick it up. Well backed up by Fowl. Siegler had the chance to really clinch this game now as a hand pass comes out from Elshaw. Over it goes to Donnell. Now the Bombers go back into attack. They're trailing by 16 points. Cracker with the ball down there, and he shows a lot of pace. Jimmy Cracker with the ball. No, was it Jimmy or Phil? I can't pick him up. It's one of the Crackers. That's the ball goes towards the half-forward line for Essendon, but it's out of bounds. 29 and a half was Phil. 137 plays, 121. 16 points in favour of North Melbourne, and the ball out of bounds about 60 metres around from the Essendon goal. I'd say there's about 4 minutes to go. Ball pushed out of bounds again. Baker copped one right in the gob that time. Ball out of bounds, still about 65 metres around from the Essendon goal. Going for the knockout will be Merritt and Lyle. They both got under that one. Picked up by Spencer. Up it goes towards the full forward position. Punched away from Madden. A fumble by... Oh, beautiful tap out by Phil Cracker. Over from Norman. Back to Phil Cracker again. Out towards Sam, and he's got the mark. Robertson too small. And he quickly plays on the big fella. Looking for a lead. He drives it across to centre field. Coming out of Spencer. Spencer with a hand pass. Over to Fowles. And they go back now over their half-forward line, Essendon. Coming out to meet it is Duckworth. He overruns the ball. And there's the siren. North Melbourne have won. The final scores in a great game. North Melbourne, 21 goals, 11. 137 to Essendon, 80.